Howdy, folks, and welcome to Skullrunners, our original Starfinder campaign. I am Joe Treff, your GM this evening, and many others. And joining me are my friends Olive, Dan. Oh man, it's so hard having multiple casts, and also not having everybody here messes me up a lot. Brandon, Liz, and then David will be joining us in just a little bit. Running a little bit late due to just things being on fire around our town. So we're going to play Starfinder, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First of all, we're going to be playing D&D tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do every Friday night. We are coming up on a summer break. We always do summer break right around the end of July, the beginning of August, and there'll be some more details to follow about that. You'll be able to find those details on our website, alberonrpg.com. We also have social media that uses alberonrpg as a handle. So Instagram, Threads, you can see the pictures of things on our table. Right now, just our party in incredible miniature. You can see it a little bit there, but you can see it in much greater detail at alberonrpg. We also have hundreds of sessions up on YouTube because we started playing weekly in 2019. And I've run games either 1, 2, or 3 times a week, sometimes 5 times a week, actually, depending on the period. And so I think we're up to like 510 sessions, so you can go and see all of that over on YouTube, maybe actually closer to 600 if I'm being honest. And then we have a website, alberonrpg.com, where there's information about the various campaigns, the one-shots, the worlds that people create. Kara, who plays in our D&D campaign, has run a number of different anthologies, most recently Crown of Salt, which ended just a little bit early for reasons. And you can see that over on YouTube. And there will be more coming in the not too distant future. We have some cool plans for spooky season this year. And finally, that is all that I have for announcements, and it is time for our recap. Wait 1 moment here to change my music. Skullrunners. Last we played, you dove into the battle against the shopkeeper running the Sunker down, who had attempted to blackmail Vlali. Most of you tried to run to Vlali's aid as you heard shouts from the back room, but with people fleeing, the shots and the shouts, the chaos beginning to erupt within this sort of retail space, you had some trouble making your way to the back, though Nyx, not you, as you leapt over the barrier with only a foot gap available to you at the very top of this space, managing to slip into the back room. Theo and Monk were able to hold down the main space, as Sagan managed to earn you an ally in a shopping individual who had a slightly more active role to be discovered. Vlali, as the individual holding you down, found their fortunes reversed, with Theo arriving and raining fire down on the shopkeeper. They attempted to flee, using teleportation magic to make their way to the front of the shop, but you managed to subdue this shopkeep, talk the other individual out of combat, and discover that the ally that Sagan had won was in fact a Ledger Core agent, an individual who likely would have a very keen interest in Sagan if they discovered their identity. But with Sagan exiting the space somewhat rapidly, you all managed to take about 10,000 credits worth of items and left in a hurry, noticing that the commotion had drawn unwanted attention from the authorities. The driver departed, taking the back roads away from the space, some transit and maintenance lanes that took you to the interstitial workings between districts. You raced along these blue back roads until you reached the Axiom Relay AquaDyne crossing. And it is here that you drove through very quickly, seeing opportunities perhaps missed along the side, until you turned to an airlock. With this in front of you, the driver turned and issued each of you an emergency EVA suit that would have exactly enough oxygen to get you to the other side. No longer able to stop and refit this car for this trip through the vacuum, as you entered the airlock to traverse outside the megacity of Seethe, that is where we begin this evening. The driver hunches down over the wheel, With determination that you have not yet seen, you can see through the face mask that fogs with every breath. Sweat begins to mat their hair. They pull on to this magnetized cargo track with a thump that you feel but do not hear. Through the vacuum, all you can hear is your own breathing. For you, Sagan, as the vacuum sort of takes place and the weightlessness hits, for the first time in a very long time, you feel the way that you should. Your bones kind of uncreak, and whatever limitations you might have on the ground, they just disappear in an instant. And though you are still seatbelted into this craft, you do feel a little bit looser here. The driver points through the front. You can see his arm kind of slowly moving, and you realize that he's gesturing towards your destination. As your eyes kind of adjust to the dark here, there is a ring of lights just barely visible from this angle that designate an airlock for the cargo track that you have set yourself on. And this car inches closer and closer. Is there anything that you're doing as this is occurring?
Do we all have our suits on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking around, just checking to make sure everyone is fully suited up. Been in the vacuum a lot. I've seen a lot of people go in and out, so just keeping an eye on everyone. And once everyone's set, I'm just going to stare out the window, and you really get the feeling that if Sagan could, he would hop out of the car and just fly around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You look around at all these people, and given your backgrounds, you look for condensation in the viewports. You look for any sign that there might be punctures, all the things that most people might kind of let slip through the cracks. You're aware of and attuned to. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check as well? But I want to, instead of looking around the car, I want to look kind of ahead. Is there a line of cars in front of us?
Make a perception check. You don't see any line of cars. It's
you know what I'm saying. Is there like a line to enter?
There's nothing immediately in front of you. You just see open track.
I just want to look at the space
Make
then
a
and see if I
perception
see any like...
What was yours?
17.
With a 17, you look around in this vehicle and you can see, like, there are places where the wiring is just barely visible. Places of the kind of felt interior have been cut away. This has been rapidly modified before and likely sort of exists as like a shell. This is a craft that could be ditched pretty easily. And then a different atomotaxi car could be kind of taken in its place. And so there are this is probably not the most sturdy craft. There's probably been modifications that affect its overall durability. But for the moment, it holds up. You don't see any signs of buckling or damage.
8.
With an 8, you look out, and Monk, you see the stars. It is beautiful. You can see just constellations and formations blinking and winking over the glow of the sort of rust ocean beneath you, and that is really all that you see. And it's beautiful, and it's lovely. For you, Nix, what are you doing as this happens?
I'm going to try and give Mighty Mouse a little pat on the shoulder because we got off on really bad terms.
Okay. You give them a little pat on the shoulder. They turn and you can see just a look of like slight confusion. They look around the space. Are you like gesturing anything to them?
I say, you've been a mighty good pal.
I'm gonna snicker at that.
You can see they turn to you. They breathe in deep so the condensation disappears on this viewport, and then they just mouth. As the vacuum does not allow your voice to carry through.
So
though you don't need oxygen.
Is there condensation? Can I draw a heart?
No, it's on the inside very much. Yeah,
with your tongue. I'll do it to this.
Okay, you just do that. You can see the Ahsoka just kind of rolls their eyes and they turn back forward. Is there anything that you're doing, Lolly?
She's reading your lips because that's something she can do. She understands what you're trying to say and doesn't do anything about it.
There you go. It's a free action. In the distance, Monk, as you are distracted by what is happening, I would say, given your perception check, Sagan, you notice that there is a flicker of light. Very brief. And then there is a flicker of darkness that grows larger against the blinking lights of the airlock. And then suddenly, there is...
immediately start pointing it out to...
Okay, you start tapping on everybody.
Yeah.
As Sagan grabs and starts jostling each of you, there is a brief kind of flash of light, and you see in the distance that airlock open and a cargo tram emerge, heading in the opposite direction on this track. headed for a dead-on collision with all of you.
Oh, what the fuck?
You can see through the EVA suit, the driver's eyes grow wide. They look back. They're like mouthing words furiously to you. I would say, Vlali, since you can read lips, you can see that they're saying, "It's going the wrong way."
She's
Can I have
going.
everybody roll for initiative?
Damn.
Yeah.
You can see that this is, with your current speed, with this thing moving along this automated track, you have 3 rounds to figure out some way to avoid this collision.
So I got a. Oh, sorry.
Where is it? I always
It's
do
perception.
Perception.
Oh, it is perception.
Yeah, perception, unless you can argue for a different skill, you certainly can try.
16.
16. Okay, anybody natural 20? 25 to 20?
I was about to say spice. Lolly,
Okay, which is...
25.
There, 25. All right, 20 to 15. Oh, 15 to 10.
14.
14 as well.
What's your dex?
My dex, not great. 2.
3.
Okay, so Monk and then Sagan. And then we have... What is your initiative?
16.
16, right. Okay, 16. So the way that this works out, Vlali is going to be going first. After that, the vehicle will move, the cargo tram will move, the driver will get to take any actions that they have. Then Nyx, then Monk, and then Sagan. Vlali, as this tram begins to move towards you, it is probably about 180 feet away.
Okay.
What do you wanna do?
I want to do a perception check to see if there is a driver, to see if there's any kind of possession, or just investigate what's going on here in more detail.
Absolutely. Make a perception check.
That's a 21.
With a 21, you narrow your eyes, and as you look out through this space, you see no place for a driver to sit. This is just a big cargo container loaded onto a flat track. This is almost certainly automated. And
Okay.
so likely will collide with you if nothing is done. There's nobody to put brakes on that thing.
I would like to do a computers check now. Can I do that? Let's see.
To do
Oh,
what?
you know what I'm gonna do? She's going to try to. Oh, 180 feet. Right?
Yep.
Nope. Can't do that. So we're on a track and they're on a track.
Yep.
On just one track, and
Just
there's
one
no
track.
other tracks.
There is no other track.
Is there a way that we can go over it?
The driver has latched the car onto this track to keep it magnetized to sea.
Oh,
If they
okay.
release it, you will go spiraling off into space.
So it's kind of like a Disney World kind of like...
Very much so.
Like a safari.
You could, in theory, ask the driver to disengage the brakes and try to do some kind of a, the Duke boys are at it again.
Oh, no.
It would be really challenging.
I'm going to, I guess, hold my second and third action to hack. That's so.
Okay.
Delay.
You hack, aware of the fact that separated from space by the outside of this vehicle and from the tram, you will at some point need to exit the vehicle and reach the tram to hack that computer.
Oh, right, you're right. Never mind.
Are you?
I guess I could hack this.
Are you communicating anything to the rest of us?
Yeah, she's just like screaming in her head. I guess I could hack
As you
this
do that,
one
the
to,
rest
like-
of you hear suddenly, in this moment, you guys have been very quiet. Vlali just shrieks, using the psychic connection that you all share through Sagan. You guys have been very quiet because it has been so quiet in the vacuum, but suddenly it dawns on you that you can communicate.
Volley, calm down. It's okay. We've got Fix to send over there, and I connect with my exocortex, so
Oh, nice. You have an
Um,
exocortex.
we can take care of the hacking.
And? Never mind.
Or, sorry, the separate drone outside of my body.
Okay, so what she'll do... I'll prepare to hack this car to disengage it from the tracks.
Okay. So you sort of prepare, kind of leaning over the driver's seat, all 4 of your arms kind of close around them, and you can see they try to like brush you away a little bit.
She has
but-
like a hacking kit that like plugs in, so she probably just finds like some kind of port somewhere and starts
Okay.
like
Who's
madly.
brushing her away? Did you Sophie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you're just kind of like reaching over them to get to these controls, but no problem. You find a different port, and you get ready to disengage the brakes. That is your turn.
Well,
Volley.
like the magnet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is your turn, Volley. That brings us
Is it a
to
trigger, or you're just gonna?
it's a trigger.
this
Okay.
car. So the taxi that you are on moves forwards. You can see this cargo thing moving forwards. Each of you moving about 50 feet, closes the distance relatively quickly, and you can see at the end of this, it is just 80 feet away now. Still a little bit further away than you might be able to reach in this moment, but that is where it is. That brings us to Nyx.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's 80 feet away,
It
you say?
is.
Well, wouldn't it still be 180 because the round's not over yet?
No, that moves on initiative 20.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So I or Fix can move 20 feet per action. So could I just do 3 actions to try and get closer?
You could absolutely
for
open the
Fix?
door and then like leap
The
out.
drone.
The thing to so you want to use the drone?
Yeah, just entirely get.
How are you
use
gonna
all
move through
my-
space?
You absolutely can.
'cause
So
we don't
with-
need a suit.
They don't need air, and with the drone's kind of jets, you could use the drone
can
almost
jet
like
propulsion?
when Theo told you about like those little scuba things, you could kind of use the drone like one of those.
Okay.
So absolutely.
Is the car airlocked? So if they open it, will we like be sucked out?
No,
Okay.
when the thing's sealed, you could feel the air getting pulled out of this. You are in a vacuum right now.
Okay.
So absolutely easy enough to open the door. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, because the next round I want to get into it. So as long as I don't, is it gonna move past the drone by the time we get to the train's turn?
1 second. Let me just find your drone speed. Okay. For their movement. Apologies, just one moment here. So they can move 30 feet. If you're using 3 actions to move, if you're using 2 actions to move, you can get within 60 feet. Or, sorry, you move 60 feet. You can get within 20 feet. What is the range on your exocortex?
That's a good question.
Because if that's the case, you could use 2 actions to move,
But yeah, go ahead.
and then 1 to hack.
Yeah,
If that was what you were trying to do.
yeah. Or worst case, the drone gets there and then I wait a few seconds for it to get closer. Exocortex is not coming up. This is dumb. All right, so
Here you are.
it's 2. What is it? Oh, 150.
150 is the range of your
Yeah.
exocortex? Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, you got exocortex and the
Yeah,
drone?
and a drone. I was like,
Hell
damn,
yeah.
that's a fancy mechanic.
Chewy's nice.
Give me just 1 second here. Because I thought the range was only 20 feet. Wireless hack at 5th level is 20 feet. So I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the range on your drone is 120 feet, and I think that extends the range of your...
Control your drone with your thoughts at a range of up to 150 feet. Only you can operate, control, and repair your drone.
Yes. So that is your drone, and then you want your drone to do the hacking?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So with 2 actions, your drone can just depart into the space, just kind of, you basically can just throw it out the window, and it just begins to take off down the space. It moves 30 feet ahead of you. All of you can see just the kind of like tail lights of this thing as it just propulses out. It closes within 30 more feet. It is now 20 feet away from this thing, and you have 1 more action. So are you trying to hack this?
Yeah.
Okay. So make a computers check.
I'm wondering if I should use my hero point.
We got one
Ooh.
more round.
You know what? So it's 14, but I can use a nanite surge. That gives me 2 extra
yeah.
points.
Does a nanite surge cost an action?
That's a good point.
It's a reaction.
I think you used it for a reaction. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember you using it as a.
that's the reaction.
Or
symbol.
we're getting.
Oh, so I can't use it.
Okay.
No,
So
I mean,
think you,
it's
I
a
believe
reaction.
you can.
No, you can't. Because
Oh.
once a turn or a
Okay.
round, you
Yeah.
can use a reaction.
So 16 total.
16
Hell yeah.
total. You throw this drone forwards. It flies. It attempts to break into this system, and at a range, this is a pretty challenging thing to hack. It is infrastructure for the city, and so not able to pierce this firewall. There is no negative effect, but unable to hack this. And your drone now is just right in front of this oncoming cargo train.
Okay.
That is your turn, Nyx. That brings us to Monk.
So I can place my quantum field up to 100 feet away, and it's 80 feet away.
Yes.
I think what I'm going to use is I'm going to use my ability, what's it called? Warp terrain.
Very happy music for us about to get hit by.
I know, yeah. It's
We got nice
the wrong
elevator
one.
music as we're waiting for you.
Yeah, right? As the parrot gets.
I'm going to use the warp terrain, the one that actually lets me like summon like structures.
Okay.
And I want to summon a non-electrical powered magnet. I want to summon a permanent magnet that and for this I can go up to 15 feet in size. So for this I'm thinking about what they use in junkyards to separate plastic from metal.
Sure, those big magnets.
Yeah, those big ones, because those aren't powered by electricity.
Sure.
And I'm thinking of placing it. This is the part where I'm trying to think where I want to place it. I think I'm going to place it on the bottom to slow it down.
Okay.
Would that slow it down, or would it have the opposite effect?
It's an interesting idea.
Because if I'm on the wrong polarity, it could like literally just launch it.
You're not an engineer. You don't really know. It's a really cool idea. What are you doing? I would say as an action, you could make an engineering check or a.
Yeah, we have time. I will cast guidance on myself to give myself 1 extra point, and I will do an engineering check.
Oh yeah, that would be. I would say that could be either computers or crafting, depending on how you're going about this.
Okay, both the same. I'm gonna say out loud my idea to my group as well. Guys, I can get a giant magnet somewhere on the tracks or on this, but I don't know what that will do. I don't know if it'll launch it into space. I don't know if anyone's on there. I don't want to hurt anyone. What is that?
Sorry. An 8.
8 plus 2 plus 1.
You think
11.
that this is a really cool idea, but you don't know the science behind it.
Isn't it a cargo train? So there's only a driver on it?
No,
No, it's
there's no
automated.
driver.
What you doing?
Oh, right.
I think that was my action doing that, wasn't it?
You have
You have
3
3.
actions. In
Oh,
Starfinder.
okay. Can I search the infosphere to try to look up what I can find about magnets?
You absolutely can. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So I would say for that is going to be a infosphere. Either I would say this is a computers check. If you have anything in I would say access infosphere really.
Yeah. I mean, I have media lore, but I don't think that's.
It's not media lore, no. This is a pretty high DC too.
That's a 14 plus 2, 16.
You're showing me.
With the 16, you pull up the infosphere. You can see this thing towards you. You are driving towards it. You can see the drone go out and just become dwarfed by this. You open up the infosphere and you search magnets, and tons of things come up.
Okay.
Monk, you might want to search colliding magnets or something.
Wait, you can use the magnet to repulse.
Yeah, but I'm afraid.
One
I'm
more action,
afraid
what
that
you
could
doing?
launch it at us. Can I
Well, you
use
can.
use my last action as a trigger?
Hold it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So my last action is the warp terrain, and I'm gonna hold it. If it's the last situation where it gets more than, I want to say, 50 or 40 feet close to us, then I will do that.
You're going to warp the terrain around it
Yeah, of a
to
magnet.
slow it down.
Yeah.
Okay. So you hold
Or
on to
I don't
that.
know if we want to slow it down. I don't know what's going to happen.
Sure. You hold
know how-
this
what
ability
side of it
knowing
is.
that you can change the way that reality looks and feels around you, and not sure as to what this drone is doing. You get ready for imminent impact. That is your turn, Monk. That brings us to Sagan.
Okay. So I've heard your plan. Volley's freaking out.
Yeah, I'm just
Sagan
ready
has
to
been-
just like eject us from the rail.
Right. Sagan has been in many hairy situations in vacuum before, I'm sure. So he's going to look around. Like, do we have an ability to like magnetize our boots or anything if we like step outside of the car?
It depends on your armor. Typically not unless you have
Maybe
mag
not.
boots.
Okay. So so Sagan's making a quick tally. He knows that Nyx and Fix are probably okay. She can get the drone to fire around. You two,
Not okay.
very questionable.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I can manifest energy wings and I get a fly speed. I could probably take one of you with me if the DM allows.
Yeah.
What was it called? Sophie's Choice?
Carry, so when you
Yeah.
when you carry somebody,
Well, we
you're
do
just
have the
moving half
timing
your
here.
speed.
Okay, yeah. And
But then
that
what about
leaves
the driver?
that leaves the driver.
Oh, well, he's been a
so-
real bitch lately.
To you.
So, okay. Sagan has made this calculation, and he reaches out to everyone, and he goes, you guys, we need to find a way to keep you on the station if we have to bail out of the car.
Wait, keep us on the
I mean, keep us on the,
rail?
not the rail, the whole station, so you don't go flying off into space.
Tie.
Hmm?
Tie. Physical connection.
Yeah,
Hold my
like a tick-
hand.
Like a physical connection.
Yeah, we could make
We
like
have the timing
a
gear.
chain so I'm holding
Right.
the drone and you're holding me.
Couldn't we just hold hands?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, all right. So then you can take someone with your drone.
Been a lot of
I can take
intimacy,
someone.
really.
Theo is gonna be okay.
Theo just believes in himself.
He believes in himself real hard, and I'm gonna go to the driver and stick my helmet on his so the sound waves carry over,
Okay.
and go. Do you know can you magnetize yourself to the hull?
So you take your helmet and you jam it together. You speak, and you know that like the speech is almost like warbled as it goes through. But clearly enough, you can hear this Yosoki from the other side as they just say, "Don't worry about me, but you're gonna have to walk if you lose me." And he, you can see like he's already beginning to strap something onto his body.
Okay, so he's good. I sort of acknowledge this. We'll say that was a lot of planning, so maybe that's one action. I don't know. I heard your plan, and I'm going to think about magnets for my second.
Nice. Thank you.
My second
Thank you. Which side?
You're gonna think about
I think magnets and try
Magnets,
to convey
how do
things
they
over
work?
psychically to my friend here, so we can
Is it
actually.
I
magic?
love that. Do you have any kind of applicable lore skill?
I have crafting and nature.
I'll take crafting.
Crafting sounds good.
Magnets are natural, but I think crafting is where we're at for this.
That
particular
sounds
one.
good. Crafting, I get a 19.
With a 19, you think about magnets. You
Lol.
just think hard about magnets and about crafting with them. And certainly there are applications that you could use. You imagine adding a magnet underneath with the correct polarity will slow this down, potentially even stopping it. With the incorrect polarity, it isn't a problem for all of you, as what will happen is you will break the magnetation on that craft and just send it off into space. While that will reduce your immediate problem, almost certainly that will have long-term ramifications.
Okay. Okay, so I am going to relay this to you specifically,
Okay.
but it's through the second link, everyone hear it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we can send it off, but then some people are going to come looking for their goods, and it'll point to us and Chrome Dream again. We need to start keeping a low profile, guys, or we can try to immobilize it and figure out a way for us to get there safely.
Okay, all right.
So that's two actions. With the third one, if we were to since I have a fly speed, I imagine I could move this car, but not very quickly. like really slowly, so it might just go flying off into space.
I mean, the car is magnetized, so
With
if you
your
unmagnetize
Yeah.
it, in theory, you might be able to like budget. But the mass of this, the relativistic gravity of the other objects around it, would make it so that like negligible would your ability to move a car.
Right.
through
I would
space.
sit there and struggle for an hour, and it would move a couple inches.
Yeah, the trajectory would change a couple inches.
Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of stuff that helps me move large objects.
Can we?
So
Can
I
we?
will look. I will think about how to craft like a way to maybe. There's no real way to craft a detour, but like.
Can we craft an explosion? Would that work in a vacuum of space?
I mean, if I have
Detonated,
grenades.
you have enough force that's going to push us in whatever the opposite direction
Yeah.
of the sort of the explosion is. What's the situation?
There you go.
The situation is you are all in this car, the vacuum of space. You have approximately something like 2.5 minutes oxygen left, and there is a cargo tram on an automated track running straight in a collision course towards you. At the moment, your party has thought a lot about magnets.
Right.
I'm thinking about summoning a magnet and putting it on the bottom of the tram to launch it or secure it.
0G situation, we have 360 degrees of movement or
We're magnetized
now.
to
You're
the
magnetized to
surface.
Seethe, and so you can move up and around. You can exit the vehicle. You have a oxygen sort of like hood on because with the sort of commotion of the last session, you weren't able to stop and like refit the car.
Yeah.
So yeah.
we're on a plane basically heading directly to the
Right.
tram,
Correct.
and we're unable to move side to side.
Correct.
Right.
On track.
Okay, so what I'm going to think about, I'm going to try then is I'm going to pull out the stun grenade that
Okay.
Jurgoblong gave me
Okay.
and try to rig it so that it can just derail this, this incoming vehicle.
Okay. Make a crafting check. Absolutely.
Is this correct, Joe?
Yes, and then you can throw Theo in at 21, so that way they get to go relatively soon.
Whoo!
Wow! I saw that
Nice.
from over here.
Nice.
Not 20, so that is a 28.
Very quickly, as you kind of look at all this and you consider magnets, you also consider angles and you consider things like explosive loads and how you might best use a shaped charge, essentially. And so very quickly, your hands disassemble the stun grenade, removing the explosive parts, removing the primer, and you just take the elements and reshape them and make it so that this is going to be an angled explosion that will not be overly damaging, but will certainly carry some force. And you imagine, as long as you put this on either the underside of your car or this cargo tram, you can essentially just flip this onto like 2 tracks and potentially just slip underneath. This is a perfect device for what you need to do. Now it's just a matter of execution.
That's gonna be super hard, DC.
Um,
Would they have to do a grenade roll for it, or would they have to do?
I think it would be a grenade roll
Oh,
unless you want
grenades
to
are hard.
really, really put it close and like manually prime it from the front as you like go underneath. I don't think that's a great idea, but I'm not the boss of you. That does bring us to the top of the round and to Vlali, and then Theo, you'll be on deck. Vlali, this craft is just looming over top. You can see the drone kind of becoming smaller and smaller in relative size.
How close is it?
It is 80 feet away, and at the end of Vlali's turn, it will move to within 20 feet.
Okay, then after Golly's turn, my magnet.
A couple things will happen all
Yeah.
at once.
I'm going to aid my allies.
Okay. How are you doing that?
Being like, magnets go this way. The polarity is obviously pointed this way. You fucking idiots.
So, Vlali, you use an action to explain magnets.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't know. There's supposed to be a DC, it sounds like.
For aid, give me 1 second here. I don't think so.
Oh, willing to accept your... Yeah, so,
You're willing
okay.
to accept
Yeah.
it. I would assume.
So plus... It depends if... I didn't critical, so you get +1 circumstance bonus to the triggering attack.
Very nice. So that is your turn, Vlali?
That's one action. And I guess I'll... The other one again, hold the hack.
Do you have the ability to throw things accurately?
I don't know what check that would be. Maybe strength? So
proficient with thrown weapons, or strength is about how far.
oh, then yeah, I can throw weapons real good. I can
So
throw
I've got
good.
I've rigged together this grenade, and you see it. I'm like, how do I get this underneath here?
Oh yeah. Okay, so then I'll hold it until he says go.
Okay, so second action, you take this grenade, you have it ready and primed. What you hold in your hands is, though it is like just kind of taped together really quick, this is sort of a masterpiece of engineering. It is a like very intricately done in 6 seconds.
Impressive.
But you kind of hold this, and then you're holding your final action to try to throw this and derail the cargo tram?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. That brings us to Theo. Theo, you can see Vlali holding this kind of charge, leaning in towards this window. The drone has exited. The door that is next to Nyx is open, and the drone kind of like out in front of this car. The tram is zooming towards you, 80 feet away currently, but you know, based on the movement, it's going to be within 20 feet in the next couple of seconds. What do you want to do?
So using elementary school-esque examples here, right? Tram, us, we are now on a collision course. The door is open to my understanding, detonate a grenade to push us on like a tram like this way to the side so that we miss each other.
My understanding is that you want to push the cargo tram that is coming closer to you off to the side of the track so that you can just move forward.
With a stun grenade, though. No,
The stun grenade has been modified into
Okay, it's been modified
like
to-
with the natural 20, exactly what you
Okay,
need. It's a
cool.
shape
Yeah.
charge now.
So our plan is to
Push
push
it off.
the tram to derail it and have us keep going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I forget the name of our lovely chat member, but because
Talon.
because it is not our vehicle, the law of inertia will not apply as we derail this train and whatever cargo is on it. So no need to worry about the inertia law there.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean that feels sound to me. Can I
Aid.
spend? I'm gonna throw this out here. Can I use both? Can I use my like action, the thing that I usually do to like call targets, to call the direction of where Vlali's throwing this thing to give her a static bonus?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can point this out, kind of pointing that on the rail there is a place, a divot that normally an electrical line would run, that you can actually probably, if you perfectly throw it in there, not only can you dislodge this cargo tram, but likely it will stay connected to the track just on the side, so you won't even lose the cargo. This will really be just a derailing incident.
Okay. Yeah, Theo will kind of like, I don't know how Vlali is doing the like get out of the car, but Theo's probably like squeezing in and like one arm out, like, all right,
I think
about right.
you know how some cars have the like handle above
Yeah.
the not passenger side, the back doors for hanging whatever
Yeah.
fancy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
She's gonna hold one arm on there, another arm on like a headrest, and then the other two just like getting ready to.
On the two where she's getting ready, like a small a head of Theo kind of like pops up almost like a groundhog as he kind of like right about right there. You see that? As he's trying to squeeze in between your muscles
the
and
two
the.
of you like sticking off out of one side, and then Nyx and Monk kind of sticking off out of the other. Sagan, you're the lone person who has any real maneuverability in the vacuum, and you're kind of stuck in the middle of this.
Yeah, you can't get out.
But fantastic. So having called this out, having done all of this,
Do I get what's my modifier for that? +1?
+2? Was it for that? The call out?
So usually it would be a +1. If I do have a way, if you would allow me to use my Infosphere Director version of this, to where I can stack it to a +2, and I don't know.
I think it's probably a +1. I can't see a place where
Okay.
Yeah.
But
No worries. Yeah, so it's gonna be a +1.
a +1. As the tram races forwards and closes within 20 feet, you activate your ability, and suddenly, out in the middle of space, little like objects begin to just wink into existence as if they are just hyperspacing in and just kind of carome and float off into space. You can see they strike this tram. The mass of this, relatively unaffected by the difficult terrain that pops up.
Yeah.
Perhaps slowing by a couple of inches, but that does give you just a little bit more of a chance to aim. And then Vlali, go ahead and make a very important thrown weapon attack.
Let's go, Blalinka!
Use a hero point.
Use
Use a hero point.
Yeah, I want to use.
I will give you one.
I would like to use my hero point.
Thank you.
Oh my god, it's worse.
Oh wow.
Damn. Well,
That's
Any
a.
additional hero
it's
points?
gonna be good.
Really? You want to?
This is important.
This is,
That is
I do
important.
feel like this is one of
Okay.
those like I'll
How many times can we keep doing hero
I'll,
points?
I'll pay the
You
next
have,
one if
I
you
think,
need
3
to.
more.
Ah, okay, that's good.
Oh my
God. Okay.
That's a natural 18 for a 26.
With a 26, even with the aid of your friends, that is just barely enough.
Nice.
If it weren't for the fact that you had the perfect object for this job, this would likely not be enough. But you throw this, it hits just a little bit shallow, and it bounces on the track and then wedges under this tram. There is just a moment where there is just this blast of light. There is no sound, but you can feel the rumble on this magnetized track, and this whole cargo thing just lifts. It's like somebody has just lifted it up on 2 wheels for just a moment. It gets to within 5 feet of this track, of this taxi, and then lilts over just in time. You can feel it just scrape slightly for just a moment. The taxi sign just ripped right off, but you coast underneath.
Nice.
And you make your way into the airlock on the far side. You are all out of initiative.
Woo! All right!
Oh my god.
We survive another day, she says to herself.
I hear it through
In the
the
vacuum of
second
space.
thing.
The airlock doors slam shut behind you with enough force to rattle your teeth from within this Atomo taxi. For you, Nyx, your drone just kind of scoots in right at the last second, making it in as the pressure seals engage. There is a all around you as the air just floods back into this chamber. Mist sprays overhead as condensation just suddenly fills the air here, and emergency lights pulse blue-green across the steel walls, slick with this moisture. And a synthetic voice speaks overhead. Atmospheric normalization complete. Welcome to AquaDyne Lower Territory. Remember, clean water is a privilege, not a guarantee. The outer doors open, and the humidity hits the windows of this taxi like a wall. Everything just fogs up. If you are wearing glasses, if you have, actually all of you have these hoods on the outside, just completely foggy. For you, Nyx, the kind of like glass on the front of your eyes just fogs over immediately as well. This is a significantly more humid place than you are used to. And the driver just tears this EVA suit off.
I'm gonna take mine off as well.
Okay.
Oh my god, my makeup is ruined. Oh my god. This is terrible.
Turns around and kind of at Valinka and you, Sagan, it's just like, that was fucking incredible. I thought I was gonna have to get a whole new car again. And you can see they like had already started erasing the 8 in the Days Without a Fatality.
Oh.
And they redo the 8 again.
I told you we're getting you to 10.
He nods and he says, "Oh, I believe it now. This is pretty good." Hopefully, I'll be able to drop you off somewhere relatively safe and just wait to pick you all up. But if not, I'll find a place to camp out. You all see in front of you Glowlock Street, this huge sort of boulevard, and you can hear the fall of artificial rain that just drops down from above. It is not clear. There is coolant and oil that mixes into this from the hundreds of levels that just rise above you. And so certainly this is artificial. This is more runoff than rain. You can see off to your left a canal that softly glows and cuts through this district beside the roadway. Its surface has this almost cyan sort of glow, and the city lights reflect green off of it. And it moves fast. You can see every now and then like a little scrap of something will touch down and just pulled away. It is moving quite quickly. There is mist that hangs in the air that softens all the light so that as you progress forwards, it is very much like you are almost like a Silent Hill kind of feel to it. You can't see too far in the distance, but you can see shapes kind of flickering through. You can see the flash of neon flickering in greens and blues in this space. And there are people that kind of materialize out of the mist crossing the street. There's like one or two times that the driver does have to throw the brakes on and he kind of honks as people like cross directly in front. But here people are wearing like waterproof coats that come up over their faces, making it kind of hard to see. Some people wear transparent ponchos to allow their fashion to shine from underneath. You can see glowing rainwear with exposed cooling systems for some of the larger creatures that make their way here. And you also see that there is a shift in the population. There are woyokos. There are creatures that really exist more in aquatic climates here. You can see these floating sort of gaseous creatures with long spindly tendrils that you might identify as Barathu kind of traveling across the space. Often on your right, you pass a place that you had heard about. This is a neon sign that fills word by word. In the darkness, it just restarts organic replacement while you wait with the letter U. This is open to the air, and you can see several rows of steel stalls. If you've ever been to the Seattle Fish Market, it's sort of like that. Though, you see, unlike the Seattle Fish Market, there are no fish here. There are just dozens and dozens of saran-wrapped cloned limbs. From a variety of species, Sagan, you notice all of them medium-sized, and so not a single one sized for you. But all different kinds of medium species. You can see legs, you can see tentacles, you can see strange sort of double-jointed limbs. And then past that little area where people kind of browse limbs, almost like you might browse produce, there is a barber chair style surgery suite that is visible to the street. And you can see a bald human man, no tattoos or cybernetics, which is kind of strange in this place, wearing a long black sleeve shirt and a black synthetic leather glove. You just pass by that. You pass by a series of apartments called the Canal Side Apartments with blue paint peeling away in the high humidity of this space. And the cab crawls forward. Is there anything that you were all doing as this is happening?
I'm going to point out that the place that we passed was what Hugo Blanc recommended to us, the surgery place, just telepathically. That's the
Bone
place.
and brine.
That's where they do all the modifications that Hugo Blanc talked about.
Hugo Blanc, yeah. While we're rolling up, I'll be like fishing something out of my pack. So do you always call yourself the driver to everybody, or just us?
He turns around and he says, for new people, new crews.
That's pretty cool. And I will reach into my pack and pull out something I've been crafting. It's a pair of gloves, and I'll pass it to him. They're like fingerless driver gloves that say the driver on the back.
Oh, cute!
Cool, very cool. You pass him these gloves. He turns, he looks at those, and he goes, do you know how many people I drive every day?
Not a clue. At least 6.
He nods and he says, dozens. You know how many people make me anything? This is really nice. Who are you? How did you get to be part of this group?
I'm just a servant of Hylax. They call me Sagan.
He's like peeling off these gloves and putting yours on. They fit. They look like perfectly sized. And for Yosogi, that's not always the easiest thing to do. So he kind of nods at them appreciatively. He readjusts his hat and he says, thank you. I feel kind of embarrassed. I don't have anything to give you.
You drove us here. That's good enough for me.
Well, that's kind of like my job. I get paid to do that.
No worries, man.
They look really nice on you. They're very on fleek.
You can see that does catch him off guard for a second, but then he turns back to you and he just goes, look, I'm not really supposed to say anything, but one of the things that Chrome Dream does, and I'm telling you this all in confidence, okay, is she likes to take newer groups like you and then just hustle them from job to job so they stay stuck in the pipeline. You can say no, technically, but like Chrome Dream's pretty good. She's got enemies like anybody, but just so you know, after this, she's already probably got something lined up. I haven't heard yet, but I'm sure I will soon.
Is there any way to not be that default? Have you seen any of the groups that Chrome Dream has had become more seriously respected?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. There's quite a few, but it takes a while, and it can be pretty dangerous, and you don't always know what you're walking into. For instance, we don't really know what we're driving into. I know that there's 2 gangs fighting, and I think you guys kind of have been mentioning a couple of names, but what else do we know? Nothing.
Right.
Yeah, we noticed that Chrome Dream has a tendency to leave out a lot of details of jobs. We accidentally delivered a skull without knowing it was a skull.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was super fun. I will. See, this guy gets it. He understands the joke. But...
Well, and just so you know, the reason that happens, it's not because she's omitting details. It's really because when Chrome Dream has a plan, it's on a tight timeline. I imagine that whatever we're trying to get, Chrome Dream already has a buyer for. And so I imagine that delivery, probably the next thing that you need to do. But as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know, and then you have a little bit more time to prepare.
Have people successfully in the past kind of negotiated with Chrome Dream, though?
Yeah, as long as you have some kind of collateral, if you have something that Chrome Dream wants, for sure.
I can see delivering the package should we successfully extract it, but after that, just like any other worker, you gotta give us a goddamn break here. I was running all around Seethe. I would love to sleep in a nice bed after delivery's made.
So we sleep in a shitty bed. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but that's our home.
We'll have credits to buy perhaps a nicer bed or perhaps a stay somewhere.
Look, you got me on that. I do want a nice shower or a shower. 1 shower. I'll take 1 shower.
There you go. You don't have to sleep in. I don't know. Were you in the broom closet or where were you?
I'm in the closet.
You guys are sleeping in broom closets?
Like I said, I would love to sleep in a nice. We have enough credits to where I would love to sleep in a nice bed after we successfully probably transport this thing to a buyer.
Okay. You guys have been pretty great to work with, so let me see if I can maybe negotiate something for all of you, because that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
Yeah.
The smell of coolant to wake up in the morning is not good.
No toilet.
Being suspended over a river of coolant as you fall asleep while having pissed in it is pretty fucked up.
You guys are just roasting yourselves again and again here.
I'm saying we could get paid more.
Yeah, no, you guys clearly need to get paid a lot more.
And we need downtime. He was right. This is a lot of back to back. Beauty needs its rest.
So what I'll do
burnout is a real thing.
Well, we're not corporate, luckily. I think that's kind of the whole draw to it. He's kind of like turning into like a new alley now. But he says, but what I'll do is I'll see if maybe I can run a little bit of interference and get you guys a little bit of a breather between this job and whatever comes next. But Chrome Dream is pretty good. I mean, definitely consider working with her in the future. He passes underneath this concrete overpass. You pass these glowing food stalls that are tucked beneath steam vents. There are bars that are built into old floodgates. And then you pull off onto this sort of overpass. And in the distance, you can see there's like smoke and little elements of kind of fire. There is a lot more of like it feels a little bit more like home up ahead. Mm-hmm. When you spoke about like the flowing coolant, you can see this kind of canal that is glowing underneath you. It is largely just concrete below, but like a thin rivulet of toxic sludge just makes its way through. And I would say this is where the driver kind of pulls ahead. You can see that there is a place where ahead the road is damaged badly enough that you can't really cross too far past. The driver says, this might be, well, no. And he points forwards, and you can see there are 2 exits right before the road is damaged. One is the western access ramp. One is the eastern access ramp. And he says, do you guys want to get out and take a look? See if this may be a better route to take?
Do we have... Can I open my communicator and look up the equivalent of Apple Maps or something?
You absolutely
and kind of like zoom in just so we get an idea of like, I know you said there's a western access ramp, eastern access ramp, but like, is this like a large highway that we're looking at with like...
You are currently on kind of like a highway that goes over top, and then this ramp snakes down and goes to sort of like the district below.
Sure.
And in the district below, there are sort of like two sides off this canal. And I would say as you are starting to kind of look, Theo, make a perception check.
Let me see. That's a natural 17 plus
Nice.
7, so 24.
With a 24, you can see nearly 90 feet below, Lazuli Lane splits into a massive concrete flood trench that is carved through this entire district. This is where the glowing sludge kind of moves. You can see little bits of steam kind of hissing off of it. And then at the very periphery of your vision, like almost impossible to see for the sort of distortion of buildings, there are like skyscrapers and things in front of you. You can see in the middle of this concrete ditch the blinking lights of a vehicle that is turned over on its back. Hazard lights that are kind of flashing weakly through the sort of toxic drift that parts around it. When you pull up the map, you kind of center it so that the van is directly in the middle. You can see that this is truly like two sides split by this canal. And there is like a bridge, though as you look at it, pretty badly damaged. It's like a suspension bridge that crosses over.
Sure.
There are a few other crossing points that have been completely obliterated. You can actually see a raised, like, it's infrastructure for data cables to cross, but even that has been badly damaged.
Sure.
And with that perception check, you see parking garages and skyscrapers. I would say on opposite sides of this trench, set into the broken bits of infrastructure and ruined walkways, you can see often on the left, it is just like blue-white neon strobes kind of flickering chaotically through scaffolding and bits of electronics that have been mounted up and into barriers. You can see graffiti that crackles with projected elements from like nano-circuitry. So very like cutting-edge graffiti.
Is the left the eastern or the western?
Western. I have to do the never eat slimy worms
sorry.
every single time. You can see figures walking around in like reflective jackets. There are people wearing glowing masks here and like barricades in the streets. From what you've heard, this looks like Digital Storm, who is over here and off into the
Blue
left.
and white.
Yeah.
Yep.
Over on the right side, there are heavy floodlights that glow warm orange through these kind of hanging tarps that are strung across, making this side a lot harder to see through.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of like scavenge barriers made from reinforced steel and bits of pressure pipe that have been torn away. There is graffiti here that looks like broken circles split by violent lines, and they glow neon orange, these sigils. These are the people that you have heard to refer to as the glow breakers, and that is off on the right side. Between them, there is this trench of concrete lined with bodies, some of them fresh, some dissolving in the acidic sludge, some kind of half submerged in the runoff. There is nobody currently crossing. There is this, like, you are looking at the World War I kind of front line here.
Yeah.
The trenches.
Yeah. So, quick kind of establishing information. This trench, is there a current of water running through it? Or no?
The way that it's steaming and kind of bubbling, it doesn't look like water. It might be like 40-ish% water.
Mm-hmm.
This is almost certainly acidic in nature. And you can see like that there are things dissolving in it actively.
Okay. So we have our two sides. We have a concrete trench. We have what appears to be acidic sludge running through it. Does it look like, and if we need to get closer, like Theo will ask him to kind of get closer just to get an idea of like, is it like a river running through in terms of strength, or is it like just kind of like standing still? You know, we can see like bodies floating in it, or
Even less than that, right now, it is probably about shin deep in most places.
Mhm.
Oh,
But, Theo, for me, please make a... Do you have anything in lore relating to, like, engineering?
only corporate lore.
I would say then, just roll a flat intelligence check.
This will be a +1. That's a 5.
With the
Boo.
5, you look down, and this looks like maybe just where, like, bits of condensation are kind of lighting. Though it's very acidic, the water here,
Sure.
it's shin deep.
Sure. Theo will kind of put, like, I guess not 2 and 2 together, since that roll was not great, but in
Put
his
2 and 1
mind,
together, and you get 4.
yeah, in his mind, 2 and 2 together makes 4. So he's like, oh, of course, probably don't want to step in it if it's potentially acidic. and it's not running, right? It's stagnant.
No, it's a very, very stagnant looking at the moment.
And we have our overturned vehicle somewhere around this ditch with flashing lights in it. Go for it.
2 questions. Is the overturned vehicle in the shin deep sludge?
It is.
Oh, okay.
If how far of a distance is this entire? If we were to cross over like turtle shell jumping, and get to the RV, would that be possible? If how far would the distance be?
I'm sorry, turtle shell jumping?
Like you're just like jumping from rock to rock.
Oh. Probably like 20 feet on either side. It's like very shallow. And then the sludge itself, only like maybe 10 feet off the sides of the van. It's parted around the van. Kind of like still running on the other side. You would imagine the van is slowly dissolving.
Oh.
So you wouldn't even need to do that. You could really like almost walk up to it. The problem is you can see that there are corpses all around it.
Yeah.
And it seems that when people try to approach it, other people start shooting.
Okay.
Is it implied that the limbs and the thing we need to collect is in this van that's disintegrating?
That's been the implication.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way, if they're mechanical limbs, that I could like connect to them somehow?
You would need to be significantly closer. You can't actually see the van. Theo just barely craning their neck, looking off of reflections, like able to see. It's far away.
Okay. If I fly the drone closer, but not right next to it, so it doesn't get shot.
From where you are on the overpass with 120-foot range with the drone, you could get it to like the edge of the ramp, and that's kind of it. It's far away.
Let's get dropped off first.
Line 2 sides here on the trenches before no man's land. You mentioned obviously skyscrapers and lots of stuff, but you also mentioned a parking garage of some sort.
Up on the left-hand side, you can see there is a parking garage, 5 stories tall. There is a blinking antenna on the roof. You can see there are certainly, it's very active. There are lights all over it.
Does it seem to be like occupied by one of the groups?
It's on the Digital Storm side.
Digital Storm.
Okay, never mind. I was hoping it would just be like, I don't know, some.
In fact, you know what? With that perception check, let's see here. So for the moment, feel free to ignore these icons, but you can see that there is an overturned vehicle icon, and that is where the ramp is. Currently, you are all the way south off the map on an overpass, just kind of looking over this canal. And so you're seeing like off on the left, off on the right. The access ramps, the first one will lead you into Digital Storm territory. The second one will lead you into Glowbreaker territory. Both ramps exit this road before you actually get into this kind of war zone. So there is like some kind of urban sprawl before you get there, maybe like a couple blocks.
And left is Digital Storm?
Correct.
I see, just so that y'all can kind of see too. Real quick, first off, what is this little arcade symbol here?
Is that the vending machine?
From where you are looking, that is relatively close to where you are. This is an arcade building, certainly. I would say from where you are, hard to kind of tell too much more. I would say if you pull up your infosphere map, you can see that at one time, this was an arcade entertainment den that was called the Lag Pit.
So there's my first idea would have been just to kind of get closer, because I like your idea about trying to get eyes with fix on it. My other idea is I see this, is this like a hotel or something, this little bed icon?
So looking at that on your map, at one point that was an H2 Ocean Fitness Center. At the moment, you can see it's 3 stories tall. At this distance, you can't see much, but you do notice that blue and yellow spray paint block out much of the glass facade that would normally have like the rows of treadmills.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to think like not just for fix, but I feel like it would be good for us to get like a clearer idea of what's what the detailed situation would be here. I like the idea of like casting invisibility to get in there, but that's like presents a very
I
like
do have active camouflage.
active camouflage plus someone invisible moving to the position. But my thing is, we do know that whatever this cargo is has limbs. So depending on,
We're not going to be able to get in and out without the help of at least one of these sides.
And they'll see us carrying the cargo even if we're invisible.
Yeah.
But what if the cargo just walks off on its own?
Dope.
I mean,
If there's leg limbs.
The driver is going to say, you guys could also just go in as like civilians. There are people living here. He like points, and you can see there's like a huge row of like apartment buildings that are relatively quiet. They're the kind of buildings that like have multiple stories, the kind of internal railings, and then like that the courtyard in the middle. But they're like relatively quiet at the moment.
Can I do a meteor lore check to look for any empty apartments listings in that area?
Yeah, sure.
That's a 17 plus 7. So
24.
24, yeah.
You pull up the infosphere, and you very quickly find, based on like the map that Theo has kind of narrated to all of you, what is called the filter flats.
Yep.
These are some shitty apartments, but they're also the tallest buildings in the area, rivaled only by a water tower often in the distance. This is 8 stories tall. There are 5 apartment blocks in total, just concrete and steel panels.
Where is that on the map, Joe?
That is the sort
house
of
with the people.
You know,
this is the filter flats right here with the house. Yeah, sorry, house of the people. That's what I said.
oh, so that's close to us.
I heard how peep, and I was like, I don't know what that means.
We're all the way down here.
Oh, we're down there.
Yeah, we'd have to
Off
maneuver.
the map.
Yeah, we'd have to maneuver over there. Like going into civilians, I'm totally cool with that.
okay.
And that gives us a
Why don't
time
we
to.
get-
Now with that roll, Monk, you do find that there are quite a few empty apartments,
Okay.
and the prices have recently plummeted. As there is an active war happening outside of this place, you can see that the prices are currently a quarter of what they were merely a week ago.
I'm gonna
Each
pull
of
up-
these,
That was only
Okay.
real life.
each of these kind of structures, 8 stories, 12 apartments on each floor, each surrounding a central concrete courtyard. In the pictures that you find from like the promotional materials, there's like sculptures and like plants and stuff like that. In the photos that you find on people's infosphere, there is laundry lines, there is like junk art, there is people just sitting and talking and smoking and cooking. This is like where life happens, kind of, this little courtyard. And you find that there is quite a few rooms available, especially in the 4th of these kind of connected apartments.
Oh, is that closer to the gunfire?
It is much closer to the gunfire, yes. I would say there is a room that is available for just a couple of credits a month. Room 4410.
I'm gonna show this on the infosphere. Guys, we could crash here if we want to just,
What size room is it?
You're gonna co-sign for me, Monk?
Yeah.
I got real bad credit, Monk.
Is it a room or an apartment?
My credit is so bad.
They're full apartments, so you can
so
go
it
in
could
and
fit all of us.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
They're like designed for families.
Okay.
I mean, we could just. I mean, if the open house is like not actively touring, we could just stay there. No one's gonna. No one's gonna know.
Squatters?
Yeah, we just.
Honestly, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
You look for any of those like free donuts at the open house signs. You don't see any.
We can just break in. No one's gonna be there.
There are like gunshots kind of ringing out in the distance.
Yeah, we got some nice security there.
Yeah.
Let's pay the couple credits and just.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? You guys want to hunker down and kind of just make some plans for this?
So we know that the acid is actively, admittedly at a very slow rate, breaking down this vehicle.
Yeah.
So Theo would pose the idea of like, we just need, if it's a couple credits, I mean, hell, why not, right? But like, we just need somewhere so that we have active eyes on the situation, and then we can kind of plan out how we're going to actually move this damn thing.
I thought we were going to infiltrate Digital Storm.
I'm definitely down for that too. I just wanted like an idea of what's going on. If we put it to you this way, right? We walk up to Mr. Digital Storm and say, "Hey, we want to join." That seems kind of weird.
Please
But
call me Joseph. Digital Storm was my father.
Joey Storm, right? But but if we have active eyes on it, we get an idea of what kind of defenses glow breakers have around here.
Theo, I would say you're actually a good candidate to expose yourself to Digital Storm, not concretely, abstractly.
Nick, we're gonna have to work on the word "expose yourself" as well.
It was I laughed on the inside. If there wasn't active gunfire, I'd give you a more vocal one. But yeah.
So what do we think, guys? Are we gonna go here and crash for a bit and try to gain some intel?
Yeah, but I think Theo should be our spokesperson.
Well, obviously.
If we encounter people.
That works.
Okay. So you guys are making your way down to the Digital Storm side?
Yes.
Is there like a, I don't know, like a CVS or like a, and I'm not talking.
Store.
I'm not even talking. I'm not even talking just for. I mean, like, you know how some CVS or like Walgreens have like one rack of like generic shirts or like.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just asking so that we can get some like throwaway ponchos so that we don't look like out of towners with no active like weather resistant gear on.
So as you sort of crawl ahead a little bit, you can see that like as you're going down the concrete ramp, there is like a little marketplace. Even before you get to what this map shows, there's a place where people are selling things, and so certainly you can go in like, and this is like a street market, not like rows of stores. There are stalls. People have put blankets out with like t-shirts and things with like slightly off-brand names.
Do I see any like I Heart AD or anything like that? I Heart AquaDyne.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I would say.
I definitely don't want to buy that one because
not-
I'm like, that's obvious tourist. Like, Theo pushes that one aside and
put the little visor on. But you're still kind of making your way down.
It's cute.
This route.
Are we in the car or are we walking?
In the car. He's driving you as far as he can. You make your way down to the bottom of this space. You pass on the very end of the exit a sign that says, "Welcome to the Flicker Line." And as you exit the ramp, you see off to your left and right just narrow stacked walkways that are lined by scavenged digital billboards that have been modified into homes. People kind of have been displaced recently, and so this is one part almost like marketplace, one part very much like a refugee camp. There are little kids playing in the street here. As you kind of like get down to the bottom, next to the car, just little drones race by, and little kids wearing like colorful clothes just go running after them with controllers in hand. There is this little marketplace kind of that you are now pulling into, but the driver stops the vehicle and he says, "I can't really go any further. It's going to get kind of dicey, and we just barely kept this car. So you guys want to give me a call when you need to be picked up?"
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do right now, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we have their number, do we?
You have their communicator
Okay.
number, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to buy some ponchos.
So you can just see you later, driver.
The driver nods to you
So
and says, "Hey,
respectful."
thank you again for these gloves. I really appreciate it. And I meant what I said. I'll let you guys know as soon as I hear something." But you make your way out and into this kind of place. Give me 1 second here.
As we're walking down the street, I'm gonna open up a can of Mr. Fizzbiz,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna chug it, and then I'm just gonna let out a giant little and just like crush it against my skull. Nope, sorry, that wasn't very ladylike of me. And I'll just throw the can on the ground.
Okay, you just throw that on the ground. Almost immediately, a little drone just scoops it up. That's a recyclable. That's worth a credit. And it just disappears off and into things.
What is it? Does the drone resemble my drone?
Make a computers check.
23.
In no way, shape, or form. Your drone, like despite its sort of odd look, it is very well put together. You are a mechanic, and this is something that you're very good at. This drone that you see just kind of scoop it up, it's made out of like mismatched parts. It has one part of like a quadricopter rotor, but most of the flying is happening through some kind of a repulsor coil on the bottom. And so it's always just listing to the left and like reorienting itself. This looks like something that a child put together. And
Can I hack it?
you certainly can make a computer's check. As this girl goes to scoop
I
up
mean,
this can,
19 plus, I think it was 9. So, yeah, 28.
you get into the root systems of this child's toy. You just flood into this thing. Your drone kind of making a force connection, and instantly you are in the root of this thing. It stops. Mid-air, the can just onto the ground. You've hacked their drone.
Cool. So I want to bring this. Let's find a name for it. What are we gonna name it?
Can Crusher.
Can Crusher.
I was gonna say
That's
Cammy
a-
because I already got an idea.
Cammy.
Okay, Cammy.
You strap something on there and you barrel it into there with an explosive device. You kamikaze it.
Why would we explode it? Like,
If we're trying to
Just made the friend.
like no, I mean like the area. Why would we?
not here.
Why?
If we've got
To
two
stop
sides,
the.
if we've got two sides on opposite ends, I'm just thinking of like how
So
we might be beneficial to Storm right now. Like, hey man, look, yeah, keep them around.
That's a good idea.
I got like 10, 15 ideas
we
for
could
this thing
tell
right now.
them that, but I was thinking more of like because it's inconspicuous, it could go into the territory and not be
nice.
noticed, and then
Yeah.
it could connect with the cybernetic legs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I said,
what the
hey,
fuck?
There you go. That's a good
That's
idea.
so
Yeah,
you
that's a
want to
good one.
literally have this? Okay,
That's a good
cool.
Okay.
I just ruined Joe's plotline.
Yeah.
Man.
And we
So-
get our deposit on the drink still because it has the can.
You have this drone. You all now kind of stand in the street. You wait like somebody should come claim this thing, but nobody does. I would say that is all that you notice. There is a Yosoki in a black t-shirt. They have a big blanket out on the ground. They're selling encrypted music files and an assortment of different kinds of t-shirts and ponchos. There are a couple of cheap LED masks that can have programmed faces just projected onto them. And you do note a lot of people wearing multicolored masks in this space.
Can I, if I have active camouflage, can I just like constantly use it in this territory, or do I have to be in battle?
So, give me 1 second here.
I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb again. I don't even have look like what's her name, Wendy.
So
Oh,
you get a bonus to stealth checks by using active camouflage. So unless you're actively sneaking, it doesn't do anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get you skin at some point.
I can disguise you too.
Yeah, I'll go up to the Yosoki and start looking through the ponchos, see if there's one that's
Same.
Sagan size.
Yeah, I would say this is a resourceful individual. They introduce themselves as Guts, and they would just go, "Yeah, no, Guts got anything that you want. You want a poncho?
I would love a poncho. You got a poncho?
What color?
I mean, you have multiple colors.
No, I have green."
Okay, green sounds great.
Yeah.
He goes,
I
gets you
would-
a green poncho for 1 credit.
I'll get that. I'm like, oh my god, he had one color.
I'll get that one too.
Yeah, can you get another one for myself? And I'm gonna take one of these masks as well.
Ooh,
The
I'll take
masks
one.
are 5 credits, and he says, just remember, don't do any of the things that the Digital Storm use, right? They all have their own faces, so pick one that's yours.
You know what? That's actually a really good point. You know, obviously we came over here, no ponchos and stuff. You can tell we're out of towners.
Yeah.
But and they'll pick up the mask. Like, so, what do you mean? Like, can you show me how it works so I know what not to do when it comes to
Well, I'll show you how it works, of course. Yeah, and he shows you how it works. You can program up to like 5 different like pre-programmed like little faces.
Mhm.
If you think of like the Daft Punk mask, it's
Yeah.
like a just straight LED screen that can be programmed into like anything that you want, really.
Mhm.
And then he says, but up ahead, the Digital Storm guards,
Mhm.
Fox, Shark, Demon, and Rabbit. Those are the ones that you need to not be wearing because they already have those, and they'll get real pissed off.
Okay, gotcha.
You said that was a fox, a
A
what?
fox, a shark, a demon. That's the leader of all of them, and then a rabbit.
All right.
Cool. So in my head, I just tell them we just need to take one of those people out.
So, and just obviously, of course, I mean, trying to be a good person here. About how far in down that way, and he'll kind of like point. Like I'm assuming there's a street, right, that he can point down.
Yeah.
But how far down that way before like these what are they called? Digistorm? Is that what you call them?
Digital Storm, yeah.
Digital Storm. Yeah,
they have
sound like
kind
a
of
rough bunch.
a checkpoint. They're actually kind of sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Burned out?
There were some kind of corporate schmucks, and I guess they tried to have some kind of like an overthrow or something. It didn't work out for them. And now I think they're kind of panicking. So they're kind of tough, but like not really.
So we're talking like white collar.
You're asking
guy.
a lot of questions, and information's typically not free. You want to buy my mixtape?
I would love to buy your mixtape.
He offers you his mixtape for 20 credits.
Damn.
20 credits is a steal. See if you can get his autograph.
Does he have like a boombox or something around here?
No.
Do-
Almost suspiciously, you haven't heard any music coming from this individual, but he has this kind of media disc in his hand. It's old. People don't really use physical media like this a lot.
Damn. Yeah, this is pretty retro. Can you at least play me one hit off whatever the hit song is? Can you
I just don't have my instruments on me right now.
Oh,
They're
bummer.
big.
All right. Well, I'll have to think about it and come back, and I'll just pay for the poncho and the mask.
So it's a credit for a poncho, 5 credits for a mask.
I'll
Should
take
you
one
wish
each,
to
yeah.
purchase one? No problem. You can grab one.
Well, hold on. I write a little small culture blog, and you might not have heard of me, but I'm really interested in up and coming musicians. You mind if I kind of give you a little small write up?
That would be amazing. You would do that for me?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, well, my
Big
name.
M.
My name is Big M.
Like your parents named you that?
It's my handle. It's in the music scene.
And he also spells it BIGEM. Big M.
Big M.
I used to be small M, but then I grew up and now I'm Big M.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, that's the dream for all of us.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna just write up a little, and I'm gonna write a headline. I'll take a photo with my camera, and I'm going to just write up a little blurb. It says like local up and coming artists in AquaDyne area creates new buzz. And I kind of show them it, and I just be like, and I just want to help you. If there's anything you can help us about, just areas to avoid or information, that would be helpful for us.
Make a diplomacy check. Take a +4 conditional modifier.
Hell yeah. 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 11. So 14 plus 11 is 25, yes.
Okay.
Wait, you have a +11 to charisma?
Yeah.
Holy crow.
Go to diplomacy.
He looks at you and he says, normally I want people to buy my mixtape if I give them this kind of information, but I appreciate this write-up quite a bit, And just make sure that you put in your article, it's electronic soul is a genre, okay?
That's my favorite genre.
A lot of people just don't fucking get it.
I don't know why people don't love it. It literally is the instrumentals speak to you.
It is what the electric sax was designed for.
Oh.
But he says, in exchange, what do you want to know?
Well, what we're really trying to get is more information about, because I'm writing up a little bit about the area as well. If you could tell me anything more about, these two gangs, any of the history.
You don't know anything about these two gangs, and you're just walking into this territory for the first time?
Well, I'm a journalist by trade, and I'm trying to get into serious journalism. Help me. I just helped you out. Can you help me out? Because, look, I want to write an article and get as good as you.
He nods and he goes, all right, I'm only helping you out because if you get big, I get big. You understand?
Helping brothers. Anything about the digital storm, their leadership, anything, their weak things, makes them quirky,
So you know that they were digital hydration before, right? An AquaDyne conglomerate. And their CIO, Rashani, I can't say the whole fucking name. It's so long. But Rashani, She made some kind of a power move. Her family didn't back her the way that they were supposed to. And so I think the reason that she's trying to get whatever is in that ditch is because she has a big debt she needs to pay off. I mean, they're a bunch of fucking nerds. They have some gear, but a lot of it I think they stole on their way out. The thing you do need to be careful about with them is they have a lot of drones, like a lot. And so they're never walking around not able to see everything around them. And then for the glow breakers, they've been around here much longer. I actually don't mind them that much. I thought they were a lot better. But they have...
Why is that?
Because they're just workers. They're people. They live around here. They lived around here before they got displaced. And yeah, they're a little bit aggressive and like a little bit hard-headed. And Moshe Khanna is not the easiest person to deal with, but I never really ran into her. And also, mostly as long as you could be connected with Halfnet, you are in good shape. And,
Halfnet?
Halfnet, yeah.
Who's that?
You can see they get a little bit shifty at that, and they say that you probably just want to avoid Halfnet.
Okay, all right.
They got involved in some things, and they sell stuff that I don't quite agree with myself. It just hasn't been good for the neighborhood. Not as bad as this, I guess. But they're strong. They're physical laborers, and they've sort of tried to just protect what's ours. I don't really see anything wrong with them.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm gonna submit the article, show them it, and I'll be listening for you.
They nod, and they say everybody will be soon. But you
And I
make
go
your
like
way.
this.
Sure, no problem. You make your way a little bit further into this marketplace. All of you kind of pulling on these new ponchos, kind of outfitting yourself if you wish. 1 second here. Going all over my document.
Pulling mine on.
Quick question, Joe.
Yeah.
The CEO, Rashanda,
Rashani.
they're obviously not with the Digital Breakers. They were the previous, and then they got fired.
Digital hydration.
They
Hydration.
were CIO of Digital Hydration, and then they tried to do a corporate power move. They failed, and to my understanding, this thing just got torn. This subsidiary just kind of died off, and now they're trying to.
It defected, basically.
Yeah. And now-
It went from like a hostile corporate takeover to like the worst possible outcome, which is like a open armed coup.
Mm-hmm. And she's now leading Digital Storm to
Correct.
try to grab what's in the truck because supposedly she has a huge.
So
debt.
what does that make Demon then? Because you also said he was the leader as well. Just
Demon
to
is
check
the
that.
leader of the
Demon's
local
like that.
area.
Okay,
The
so
mask
check.
signifies
Yeah.
the leader.
So that's Rashani, probably.
Okay.
Probably wears
So
a demon
that's
on her mask.
Rashani. Okay, cool. Cool. Glad we figured that.
He had said that the demon mask belonged to the leader of like this local sort of Digital
Chapter?
Storm group.
It's not
Okay, so it's not.
It's the local kind of garrison in this area.
Yeah. Okay. So I thought it was like a checkpoint chapter. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. I'm glad because I was wondering. I was like, there's two leaders, or what's the power sharing? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad to continue on.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll buy a poncho as well, and I'll buy if anyone else wants one and a mask.
Okay.
Yes.
So all of you now have these ponchos, you have these masks, and you make your way down this road. And pretty close by, you come to a place where, like, ahead, there is a barricade of shattered cars that will block your progress if you continue forward. There are still people milling about in this area, going about their lives, but they're very mindful of the Digital Storm scouts that all kind of are posted up around this space. They're holding weapons relatively lazily. They're not, like, actively engaged or anything. You can see one of them has a mask that has a fox. One has a shark's face, the kind of toothy mouth animated and moving. You could see another that has the kind of digital ears of a rabbit, and then one that has a twisted mask of a demon. You see these boxy, angular rifles with complex-looking sights integrated into the top of the weapons. And the individual in this demon mask is kind of every now and then pulling this rifle up and just looking through the scope, kind of moving through the crowd. Are you just walking in?
if there's a barricade when we're trying, like, before we can get to the apartment block, or
Yeah, before you can. And so, like, if you look at this map, sorry for the microphone, the barricade is probably right about here. And then you'll be moving on to the map next.
Can I make a perception check to watch behaviorally how the four interact with each other and like who's the weakest link?
I would say that isn't a perception check. That would be probably I would say a diplomacy check.
I imagine they're letting residents possibly pass because I don't see why they wouldn't.
You do see residents kind of moving in and out.
8.
With an 8, you look, and this group, they must be trained to make sure that people can't read their movements or their sort of hierarchy. You have not a clue. This is the most stitched together professional group of mercenaries you've ever beheld in your life.
Yeah. Can I see if there's a way that they're recognizing the residents? Do they know everyone by name, or are they just kind of like, is there a badge or something?
Make a diplomacy check. This would be gathering information.
Can they tell if the symbol, the creature changes on their mask, or would they have to take the mask off to look at it?
That's a great question. Given your masks, you can't really see what's on there. There's like a button that you can press to like change it, but you would need to take it off to be able to see.
But I could essentially the drone could secretly change the rabbits to something else, and then I could take the rabbit's face.
Could certainly try.
That's a 14.
Okay. With the 14, you look at this, you can see they do look at people, and there are people that are moving in and out. You don't see anything. There's no like words that are exchanged. They do like look at each other, and so they're definitely looking. And you're getting the sense that probably if somebody looks suspicious or out of place, they'll probably like call attention to them. But outside of that, there doesn't seem to be like a password or a marking. You very well may be able to just walk by.
I look at my very large self, look at everyone else, and go, well, we can try our luck. We can try. Let's try our luck. Let's do it.
I think so.
Let's just do it. Let's just fucking do it. Let's just fucking do it. Let's just fucking do it.
we're
Nice
civilians
start
looking for a nice apartment. Let me rephrase that. A cheap apartment.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
I'm gonna have the listing ready in case they ask.
Phenomenal.
You can see like I'm kind of huddling close to Monk because I'm like, all right, he's got the deed, he's got the listing.
You kind of recoil behind Monk, who is significantly smaller than you, and you approach this barricade of shattered cars. And as you do so, especially with Sagan kind of cowering behind Monk, almost immediately you can see the individual wearing the demon mask kind of turns this rifle, looking through the scope at all of you, and then the demon face peers up. And they point directly at you, Sagan. And they say, "You! Why are you hiding?
I'm not.
You don't belong here."
I'm not hiding. I'm walking.
As you say that, because it is 8 o'clock and a good place for us to step away for a quick break, before I have you roll for a diplomacy check, or I suppose this will be more of a bluff check. We are going to step away for a quick break. So there will be a countdown on your screen, and we will be back at the end of it. We'll see you then.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we are back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, we are playing Starfinder, and you are too. And for all of you, you are on the other end of a checkpoint. There are 4 of these Digital Storm members wearing these reflective jackets that at this closer range you can see are all slightly armored. They have these glowing masks on showing a number of different kind of faces. The one that has a demon has this weapon pointed at you, Sagan, and they have just said, "You don't belong." Sagan, you responded that you are just passing through.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
That will be a 15.
A 15.
Can I add to that?
How are you going to do that?
I want to add a diplomacy. I'm going to just say, he is not really from here. I'm a real estate agent. I'm showing him the listing. He's just recently got downsized in his company, and he's not really used to having to live in a, not as nice area.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
What'd you get?
A 10.
Do you want a hero point if it doesn't?
I might
I
use
hope no one
mine.
dies.
Plus 9. I would use my hero point.
A 19? That's pretty good. Why would you do that?
Better. Nope, I did better. Less by 1. It's a 9.
It's a
So
9.
you got an 18.
Yeah.
Dinkus.
For a total of 18.
Yeah.
Okay. You can see they look at you. The gun pans across to your Sarkasian ally. They seem uncertain. Sagan just flubbed that check. You technically succeeded, and that leaves them really not sure. The weapon goes from you to the other. The one with the rabbit kind of looks at this leader now, kind of seems uncertain.
Raise up and kind of like show the open listing.
The one who has the rabbit mask kind of puts the barrel of the gun down. They peer through the mask at this listing. You can just barely make out through the mostly opaque kind of screen. These eyes focusing in. This is a human on the other side.
Oh.
But the person says, "Demon, it looks legit." And the person with this mask just looks at you and goes, "You're showing real estate right now?"
Hey, this economy, I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. You know how it is. It's tough out there.
Rashani likes outsiders with nerve. Go on ahead.
Thank you.
And he pulls the gun back. These individuals kind of go about to what they were doing, and you can pass through.
There you go.
There is rows
You
of
said
these...
they have waterfront views of this place?
Acid.
Very technically, there is certainly half of these buildings listed as waterfront view. Yes.
Yikes.
I think it would be listed as canal view. You have the canal side and then the city side, I think would be what it would be called probably. But as you make your way into the space, you walk through. There are other people in here kind of going about their business. People cook food here. You can see a number of different sort of like vendors have set up selling like hot sauces and things that have been made locally. There is no corporate branding here. This is all kind of like local stuff. And you recognize that you have passed truly into this territory. You are now on the southernmost part of this map.
Nice.
And then there are alarms that begin to go off. All at once, various sounds, colors, and reverberative pulses just rock the street. And you can hear shouts and panic. And then you hear the sound of glass shattering, just a tiny little bit. And you can see glowing green liquid that just paints the side of one of the buildings and begins to eat away and corrode the material. And then, following in the distance, you can hear a sharp crack as the sound of a sniper rifle catches up to the shot. And you can see suddenly in this moment, ducking down amidst the worried civilians taking shelter, a human in blue and white gear clutching a bag with one arm to them closely. They're breathing hard through their digital mask, and you can see they have recently lost an arm. Bandages and an emergency tourniquet still freshly dripping from this stump. They wear a digital storm mask with a frowning drama mask on it. And they seem to be the targets of these shots as another one just whistles overhead. Can I have everybody roll for initiative as the panic begins to set in. Let me grab a visual perspective as well.
Oh, hell yeah. 12. That's better than my most initiative. Plus 5.
Well.
17. Oh. Where's that red marker? I don't know what I do with it.
It's over there, but you can have one.
Yeah,
of
but I
the-
want the one that says Expo, because sometimes I
Move in
just...
the party, and then
Yeah.
pass this to folks on the far side here. Sorry.
Beautiful.
Cool.
All right. So, I think I dropped them. Hang on, I dropped my guy.
Yeah, I don't trust him.
Kissing booth.
Oh, I remember. That was so fun.
What? Oh, never mind.
I'm like, got
And
that
then
for
we will
me.
say, just to make them easy to visually see, white and blue, this is the person kind of ducking now amongst these shots. The barricade is like somewhere over here. You guys have kind of passed, so you're in this region somewhere. And there are gunshots kind of raining down here. So for what it's worth, though this individual does seem to be under fire and there are civilians who are at risk, all you really need to do is kind of get to cover and off the street.
Yeah,
So, anybody natural 20?
I did.
Okay.
I got a 24 total.
Give me 1 second here. Okay, so natural 20 Theo starting us off. 25 to 20?
23.
Okay. 24 for Nyx. 23 for Sagan.
Theo.
20 to 15?
18, Blolly.
18 for Vlali.
We don't know when the enemies are down now.
I'll tell you in a second.
17 monk.
17 for Monk. And then that is everybody, I believe.
One-armed man and enemies.
Yeah, so the way that this works out, Theo is starting us off with a natural 20. With 24, Nyx is going next, then Sagan at 23. At 18, Vlali is going. At 17, Monk is going. And then at 15, your enemies will be going.
Okay.
At 0, this courier and all other people will be moving. So Theo, as soon as you hear the crack of the sniper set off, people still beginning to panic, you get a jump on what's happening. What are you doing?
Do you want us to put our minis anywhere here?
Yeah, so just anywhere kind of near this front section that's kind of open and available.
Houses, bringing up the rear.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because he has a bag on him, right? He's holding a bag of some
Yeah,
sort.
it's like clutching with this one good hand, holding it to his body.
Theo, who is unaware of impending enemies, he thought that just a sniper just took a pot shot at this guy. Theo already has in his mind that perhaps he can get up to that guy and, as he passes, take that bag off of him.
Okay.
So
Dope. Okay.
Hey, if you got the skills, you got the skills.
Pickpocket.
What's not even in his pocket?
So this box right here.
Uh-huh.
Do I think that is this a civilian right here?
It is.
Okay. Can I use like 50 feet of movement, so 2 actions of movement, to get here? Does it cost anything to like go prone to get behind the box?
I would say as part of that second movement, almost like when you're paintballing, you could just go and slide into cover there.
Yeah. And this guy is our, or no, this guy
Yeah.
is our
Looks
Theo.
like an astronaut.
Yeah, Theo runs, gets here, is now like prone, like dives for cover, and this guy who is lost an arm right now, Theo just kind of yells out like, "Get down, brother, get down!"
Okay, you shout that. You see this sad drama mask turn regarding you for just a moment, but they nod once and they hunker a little bit lower. You can see every single person at the moment who is not currently in cover there is just a slight green glow cast across them, as if they are being painted by a laser from far beyond.
And as my last action, I don't know if we divvied up the loot at all, but
Oh yeah, we did.
Okay, could I say Theo has one of the pistols on him?
Yeah, which one?
Are you cool with me having the skip shot on me?
Yeah.
That was a very defeated yeah.
You got a rail gun. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's fine. You can have the level 6 skip shot.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just having it ready.
So you pull this gun out, you slide prone, you get flat, you yell out to this individual. That is your turn. Theo, that brings us to Nyx.
Okay, so I would like to use my acrobatics skill to grab them and pull them to cover, if I can get close enough.
Okay, so for your movement, you have 10, you have 20, you have 30. I think it would take all of your movement to get up to them, and you wouldn't be able to grab them on this turn.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
What's this right here?
That right there, it looks just like an electrical box, sort of like a transformer box out in the street.
Can you hack it?
Is there somebody here? What's this?
It's a guy drinking some beer.
And
To
these
our
are-
knowledge, everyone is civilians on here.
Correct.
Right. These have no implications whatsoever.
They're just crates.
Okay. Let me see if I can move. So the green light is just concentrated right here, I'm assuming.
The green light is not concentrated. It's like it paints each person who is
Gotcha.
not in cover.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. And it's coming from this way?
From often in this direction, and it seems to be coming from high up. Wherever this is, it's far. You heard the crack of this shot far after the impact of the projectile.
Okay. I would like to go behind the crate.
Okay, so you rush over there. That crate you can get behind, I believe, with 2 actions. So you still have 1 left.
Okay. I can send my heal bot to him.
Okay, so you send your drone, which catches up to where you are. I don't believe it can get further than that. But it begins to move over there, shifting over from its previous kill mode to a little bit more of a beneficial version. That is your turn, Nyx. That brings us to Sagan.
Okay, so laser's coming from from up here.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Okay. I'm just gonna see. I need to get behind cover.
I don't know if you can fit behind a crate.
3, 4. And will that get me 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Somewhere probably over here. Okay, so I'm gonna go here for one of my actions.
Okay.
And I am going to reach into my pack and pull out a smoke grenade.
Nice.
Just
Nice.
a 5-foot area burst, but it's got a thrown range of 70 feet. So I'm going to try to put it like right around here.
Awesome.
What size burst?
5.
So the way that grenades work,
That is-
point
yeah,
it's
it's
an
a
point at
weird
an intersection on 4.
Put it
Perfect.
here.
And now make an attack roll. Are you trained in grenades?
I think so.
Okay, so make an attack roll.
I don't think we have. I think we only have.
That's okay. It's easy because it's just the one
It's just
and then the
4
one on the
squares.
other side.
Oh yeah. Okay.
16 plus. I don't have it written down.
It would be plus whatever your ranged attack bonus would be.
16 plus 8 is
Bless you.
Nice.
24.
That is a hit. So roll a d8.
Roll a d8.
Hell yeah. Nice.
3.
Really nice. Okay, so you target this spot right here, correct?
Right here.
Right here. Okay. And so you end up hitting it right next to where you are throwing, right in this spot. It fills this space, a column of smoke that just rises up. Where it currently stands, you can see that all of a sudden the smoke that rises up just begins to flicker with green, and most of the individuals just on the other side of the smoke, that green fades. Like this is providing cover for them enough so that they are not being targeted at this moment. That is a great idea.
That was
All
great.
right. And that's my
Hero
turn.
point for you.
Fantastic. You know what?
Spiritual
I think
hero point.
probably, yeah, 'cause that's creating a big thing of cover. And for you, Sagan, none of the cover in the street would protect you. This at least gives you the perspective of like cover. Now that being said, at the end of your turn, you look down at yourself and you are painted green
I'm
here
sure.
in the street.
Yeah.
So that is your turn, Sagan. That brings us to Vlalenka.
Five.
It only lasts his turn, or will it last the whole round?
I believe it lasts a couple of rounds. I'll
I
double
think
check.
so, yeah.
It depends on the type of grenade.
Yeah.
It was a commercial.
Oh, it might just have duration one then.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm
one
gonna
round.
use
Yeah,
all
end of the
three
next round, it will
of
fade.
my moves.
That at least potentially gives that
Yeah,
guy
to the
opportunity to get
doorway.
out of there.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
We'll see how
Okay, you
edible this is.
rush into the street. You make your way over to where there is some semblance of cover. And where are you ending?
Inside this building.
Okay,
Or
so
like
you-
hovering in the
You
doorway.
hover into the doorway. There are a number of like scared civilians that have crowded into what is like somebody's actual home. At one point, this was an industrial building. Now people live here. But you
Oh.
crowd in as well. Nobody pushes you out. Like with the gunshots going overhead, you can see people silencing alarms that are alerting them to the action nearby.
Yep.
But you do so. You can see now the smoke billowing up in front of you. You kind of lose sight of people on the other side. But that is your turn, Vlali.
Yep.
That brings us to Monk.
Monk is going to, his quantum field's going to come up,
Okay.
and I'm going to use the difficult terrain feature. Not the one that gives the focus pool, because I think I did that with the train.
Mhm.
I'm just going to do the normal one, and then I'm going to use debris field to make it the 15 feet. And the way I'm going to summon for terrain is Monk's going to think, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, what can I make? What can I make? And then he thinks of the thing that he's noticed before. Every once in a while, things that he'll write out in his handbook when he summons something will have papers. And he's never really understood why. So he's just going to lean into it. And he's going to write manuscripts, papers, writings, everything. And just try to create as much as kind of a difficult terrain, but also in the wind, kind of papers everywhere scattering to kind of try to get an effect to
Does it
block.
create concealment?
It does not.
Okay,
But
but,
it's,
difficult terrain, and the difficult terrain is just suddenly on either side, on the floor, on the ceiling of this kind of effect, manuscript pages begin to
Why would
up
we
and
want it to
down,
be
just
difficult?
rows and rows,
it's only for enemies.
creating kind of a
It automatically
screen.
does it no matter what. So I have to do it at the start of my turn.
Anything else?
I have 2 actions left. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll get the cover there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
So you rush up to where there is this kind of machinery. You duck down into the cover that it provides you, with smoke billowing up on the other side, especially the green light fades on you.
Yeah. And if it doesn't give concealment, next level I get concealment with it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So that will certainly help. You can see there is green light painted on those people that are not in cover in there as well. But that does bring us to the snipers. So starting in the south, for you, Sagan, does a 19 hit?
Great question. No, just misses.
Wow.
You
Nice.
kind of duck down, trying to get cover just as you feel something pass over top, and there is a shatter of glass just on the other side of you, and the concrete begins to bubble and melt in this corrosive pit. There is a glow that radiates out. It feels a little warm from this distance even, but that misses you, Sagan. Let's see, who else is not in cover? Then there is that yellow guy standing right in the middle of the smoke, kind of coughing. You see he gets struck right in the chest. There is a shatter of glass, and their whole chest just melts in, and they die. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then, let's see, you are in cover. The person who is wearing red right in front of you, Nyx, gets struck right in the leg. You hear them shriek out as their leg falls off, and that acid just eats up their body, and they are dead. There is a crack as it fires at the green lady just in front of you, Monk. Monk, you can see she makes eye contact with you right as you hear the crack and the shatter of glass as the bullet misses behind her. There is another crack as a bullet misses the person directly behind them. And then that red robot who is very slowly making their way for cover, shouting out, "Danger! Danger!" there is a crack as it hits them, and their entire chassis just melts. Danger, danger, as they just like sag and fall apart. The courier is not painted. The individual that is unpainted, just all in black, is going to get shot as well. It misses them, just eating in. And where these shots land, there is radiation emanating out. For those of you who have your communicators at hand, there is little warning signs beginning to blip off. But that warning signs. But that is all of the snipers. That brings us to the courier and to civilians. So there is definitely shrieking happening now. They are going to run off into this structure. They will also make their way into this structure. Just put them on the couch. And then...
You put him on the couch.
So this courier, they're going to move. They are impaired. And so staggering along, staying low for cover. They are now crawling by that barrier, out of the smoke, but not painted green. They are hands and knees, crawling on all fours, rushing, leaving like little dots of blood the size of their stump as they move, still clutching this bag, but they are getting away. That is their turn. That is all of the civilians. That brings us to the top of the round and to you, Theo.
Okay.
Oh, actually, the motorcycle behind Sagan also just roars off down the street. Yeah,
Awesome.
How does movement work when getting up from prone? Is that just happen?
It's one move action, I believe, to get up from prone.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, it's a stand action.
I believe I can get to about right here then with 2 movement actions and the third one to get up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Thea will get up, kind of run this way, and dive for cover again behind. Oh, I thought this was like a log, right there.
And is this guy with the stump? He's down, right?
Yeah, he's down.
Yeah. Theo will say, this is so dumb. The demon said we need to make sure you get back to him.
Okay. Make a... This is going to be a diplomacy check. Take a +8 conditional modifier.
Okay.
Where is it? Can I apply my quick disguise? And I want to phrase this as from the envoy. It's going to give me like a conditional addition onto this. Like I run through the smoke and I take a real quick like whatever pre-programmed thing to make like a shark come up on my mask.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I love that.
With a +8, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be. You said diplomacy? Or...
Yes, diplomacy.
That's 21 without the conditional +8.
Very
nice.
nice. So 29 total.
Wow.
You move through the space, and from their perspective, they look back, and it is just this gang member, Shark, who I guess has changed in the last couple of hours, but now just bursting through the smoke, and you shout that demon said that they have to get you back. They nod to you, they look over, and they just go, "Thanks, I was fucked. Let's get out of here. I got the plans." And they like show you this bag, and for just a moment it kind of yawns open. There is data slates in here with very detailed, what look to be some kind of infiltration plans. And you can see at the center of these plans is that cargo van. But they pull it back to their chest, they turn, and then turning back, they say, "We just need to get off the street. I know a place ahead." Okay. That is your turn, Theo.
Okay.
That brings us to Nyx.
Theo says in the mind link real quick too, is like, I'm wearing a shark mask. This guy thinks that I'm with him right now.
Very smart.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
So there are
Hero point.
Hero point.
Yeah.
Yay.
who's this?
That is just a civilian. They're in the smoke right now and trying not to
Okay,
not to
so one arm man and Sagan are painted in green still.
No, so they are currently all the way on the north of this map. They're currently making their way, kind of crouching by that barrier.
Okay.
At the
Sagan's probably
moment,
gonna run
Sagan
there.
is the only person who is painted green on the street.
Okay. So I am gonna use active camouflage. Can I do
Okay.
that? Yeah.
So make a stealth check. That's an action.
Where my dice went? Okay. 9 plus.
You gotta stay on the table. You could re-roll it. If it fell off. Yeah.
If you want, you
9.
can just throw it in here when you're like.
Plus 2, which would be 11, and then,
12 with active camouflage.
and
So
then plus 2 nanite surge because it's been an hour.
14 total.
Nice.
You tried in this moment with the chaos of things just breaking and radiation glowing off the street. It's hard to get especially stealthy, especially not as you like pirouette your way through this space. You step over and around corpses. Where are you trying to sneak off to?
I am an artist. I carry paint. That's my craft.
Yep.
So I'm gonna pull out black paint and just throw it on Sagan and myself.
Oh,
The
what?
brown paint.
Okay.
Or brown.
Oh no! I want to see this.
You take some brown paint out, you just splash yourself using this wide bristled brush. You dip it again, and then there is 30 feet between you and Sagan. And so you take this brush and you just, at a 45-degree angle, like arc paint as best you can. It spatters across the street. Sagan, a little bit gets on you, and so now mostly green and a tiny bit brown. Anything else?
Sig would have a spa day.
Could I make a roll check for acrobatics to see if I could throw the paint canister itself?
Throwing something is more of like an athletics check, but you do have one action left.
Okay. I am going to send the drone after these guys over here.
Okay, not a bad idea. So the drone zooms ahead, and I believe can pull up just behind Theo.
Right there.
Perfect, yeah. And much smaller is this drone. It benefits from cover very well.
I do also have the other drone that I hacked. Do I still?
That is true. This is not like a drone in the sense that like it's a combat item. It's really like a remote control car. But you absolutely send your actual drone forward. It flies up, and as you kind of slide into cover, shouting your suggestions at this individual, this drone peels up next to you. That is your turn. Nix, that brings us to Sagan.
Sagan ducks, sees the glass shatter, goes, holy Hylax. We'll go over and see Nick. Why is Nix painting herself brown? Why is she? What is she? Splat. Okay.
Now it's your turn to look like poop.
Oh, lovely.
Why Nix?
Everyone gets a turn.
Why Nix? So I think I can probably get into here
You absolutely
and
can.
not be painted green by the laser. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get over here.
Okay, you push your way through manuscript pages just flying out of the ether, and you kind of burst over into this little shop front. This is like a almost like a newsstand. There's like gum and candy and all kinds of things, but you just kind of throw yourself into it, and as you cross into the shadow of it, the green light fades. The brown paint does not.
We'll have a spa day too, you and me. We'll have a spa
That's
episode.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to wash up. Through the psychic thing, I go, Theo, you good there? You think you can follow him to his hidey hole?
Not letting him out of my sight.
All right, we'll be in the wings.
Okay, that is your turn, Sagan. That brings us to Vlali.
Lolly does that thing in the movies where you're like going from in between building to building, and like you run through a hair salon and you like scare all the ladies getting their hair, or like, and then you run through like a chicken coop. That through these buildings, granted if they're all connected.
They're not all connected, but you can kind of go into that building. You can leap out through the front, kind of counter sliding over. There are like civilians all hiding in this space. That is like somebody's house, though it was a storefront. You run over and then dip into this sort of side building as well. You can see you pass by this barrier. Theo is there, the drone following fast behind. This individual like limping, crawling past this barrier, and you're just ducking into that building?
Yep.
Okay, and you duck into this building. It is relatively quiet in this space. You can see at one point storage, but now just like garbage accumulating in the corners here. And you are not painted green. You feel relatively safe. And that brings us to Monk.
Monk is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm just average Joe. I'm scared of sniper fire too. I'm going to cast guidance on this guy to help him kind of like hide a little bit better.
Okay.
The way I'm going to be doing that, and it might be just for me doing it for myself. He doesn't know. I'm just going to throw some foundation, a little bit of. I want to say I have it like a big thing of it, and I'm just going to like just throw some in the air to kind of create kind of like a little bit of a screen.
It's just a little bit of powder flashes up, and you do see green flash across that as you do. But you duck under the barrier, kind of using that as a smoke screen. And for the moment, you feel relatively hidden. You are not painted green. That does bring us to the snipers.
Yeah.
And as everybody now off the street, you can all see just flashes like green lightning zigzagging across. And with no targets, they all just click off. And though you do not know where these snipers fire from, for the moment, you are all out of initiative.
And ammunition's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
This ammunition is really expensive.
Yeah, imagine.
All right. For you, Theo, you can see this individual darts forwards, kind of making their way 30 feet off this map and then button hooking over into the left where there is almost like a storm drain that they just pull open. They wave you with the stump kind of over in, and they just jump down these steps. You can hear like stumbling down concrete steps.
Mm-hmm. Theo's following close by. He's assuming that Fix has just a follow protocol on him. I'm assuming Fix is like.
So
in terms of like, is it like the size of like a dog? Is it the size of like how?
it's like a cocker spaniel.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So it's not like,
But a bird.
Yeah, but a bird. That's what I was
It
gonna
thinks
say.
it's a bird, but it's a cocker spaniel.
I imagine it looks very much like a dog, and then it has like Iron Man style jets on the bottom of its feet, so when it flies, it still like looks like it's like walking stance, but just flying.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not. I guess the reason why I bring it up is because it's not like it's like oh, don't mind this drone, but like you can play it off as like, oh, this is my attack dog. Or
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah. Theo's going with this guy.
Okay, so you just jump down these steps, and you find yourselves in what is like a basement, probably like there is a access to some kind of heating system or something down here, but just using it for cover, there's just like a concrete tunnel basically, and you can see like other rooms off from this. But they're breathing heavily, they look up at you through this mask, and they just say, "Man, thanks, Shark, I was really fucked out there. You said Demon sent you?
What animal does he have on his face?
It isn't an animal. This
face.
is like a sad, frowning drama mask.
Oh, that's not one that the guy talked about, right?
No.
Okay. Theo is kind of like trying to show his teeth, like catching his breath too. He's like, they said whatever it was important. I didn't want to ask.
It's the plans. It's the actual plans. It's the actual attack. We're gonna get this. We're finally gonna fucking do it. But I don't know how we're gonna actually. Some of this is, I think, beyond us.
Is it going to her?
Nods.
Do we need to take it to her directly? I don't know.
You would do that for me?
Yeah.
He holds up the stump. I'm really not feeling that good. I kind of need to take a nap, I think.
I die.
Do I see? Is there any way I can tell? Is this from like blood loss?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he has a tourniquet, and it's like
Yeah.
freshly just like juicing blood.
Yeah.
He sounds a little shaky, also.
The last command I gave my drone was healbot, and it does have the medicine with it. Can it just like it has like sutures and herbs and bandages.
Yeah, make a medicine check with this healbot.
19
Oh, nice.
plus 8.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So suddenly this drone just steps forwards, and the whole face opens up, almost like the Predator, but just like metallic.
Yeah.
And there are like little needles and scalpels and clamps.
Ew.
But the like little compartment behind all that opens up, and there's like a tiny little band-aid with like some little hearts on it and things, and it really takes the edge off the rest of this. As the mechanisms kind of get to work, you can see this individual goes, ooh, 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 and they hold this out, but this is a relatively good, it's a heal bot. It's a drone that's designed to do this. And so very quickly you can hear them just go, oh, that feels amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Good job, Ringo. And he kind of like pets it like a dog.
Ringo.
Hey, I don't need to call it his actual name.
No,
I just
you
need to-
don't.
Yeah. And Theo will reach over, like, first to put a hand on the guy's shoulder, like give him a pat, and then like move his hand towards the bag and like a give me motion.
He readily passes the bag to you.
Yeah. So is it like a satchel or something?
It is. It's like a courier's bag. It's the zipper is broken, and so you can like open it and just look directly into it. There is a data slate that looks like it has some blueprints and things on it. Yeah.
Give me like 10 seconds here because I got to think about.
No problem.
If
Is
I'm
anybody else doing anything?
gonna ask this guy something. Or not.
Lolly, they went down like a hole or
Yeah.
something. Lolly,
But especially with Fix kind of there, Nyx can always tell you where, the route to get there.
Volley's gonna just stealthily sneak up to the top of the hole and wait.
Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
I have a thing. I mean, anyone who wants to do that, I've got like a quiet allies thing, so we can only have to roll one stealth check.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And we take the best out of all of it?
No, like we roll one die and we use the lowest modifier. So like if everyone rolls, someone could get like a 1. I don't know. Supposedly it's statistically better. So if you
Okay.
wanna roll it.
Well, I didn't roll well.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5 plus 8, so 13. No,
Yeah, I
yeah 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the 13, all of you kind of go with Sagan as your stealthy leader. And it works about as well as that sounds. This large individual passing through, the condensation mixing with like the smoke and the sort of debris wafting through the air makes it a little hard to see. And so like coughing, you all stumble into this kind of cellar space. Long before you arrive there, this individual goes, "Shark, somebody's coming."
Pistol, Shark. I'm gonna start calling him Shark right now. Pulls out his gun, and so we're like we're not in a basement, right? We're in like a sewer kind of.
It is like a basement. But it really is like a. If you've ever been to really old houses around Massachusetts, they have these like almost like little miniature floors for coal rooms and deliveries that in really old buildings in
And for
Boston.
oil.
It's very much like that. It's like 6 feet tall. You're kind of just barely able to stand, and it's just like really corroded steel down here.
Yeah. Shark says, kind of pulls his pistol out and it's kind of like towards the walker that came down, and he'll say towards frowny face, "You got a weapon on you?"
He pulls out a baton with his one hand.
Nice.
Is there anywhere for him if Theo were to say like, "You gotta run, get out of here, man"? Like, is there anywhere for him to run, or this is just a closed off?
Yeah,
basement?
you can see like doors and like there's probably other tunnels that this connects to that connect to other buildings, similar to the HVAC systems that you had seen in other places. And so you can certainly tell him like you could potentially convince him to run off and into the depths of this.
It's a fucking bad idea.
Why?
No, I like
That's a good
it.
idea.
Yeah, it's
Just
good.
tell him
Let's
to get out of there. You have what you
on
need, and then
Then we just book it.
and then we kill you, and then
No, I'm deciding to decide how dramatic this shit is gonna be.
Okay.
Shark looks down at frowny face and just says like, like hand on the shoulder and like looks towards like the someone's arm and says like, man, what was the name of the company before Digital Storm? Digital
hydration.
Digital hydration. What digital hydration to us was fucked up. All right, you don't need to keep doing this shit. Get out of here, man. Just fucking live. Do something.
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay.
Nice.
That's not gonna be a lot. Nah, it's fine. I'm not gonna spend too much on this.
He already likes you, so I feel like...
Yeah,
we
I
healed
got
his freaking arm.
an 18.
An 18's pretty good. He looks at you. You can see he's holding this baton, and his arm is shaking. He looks exhausted. You can't see his face for the mask, but like his skin looks really pale. He looks at you, and he just goes, "I'll never forget this. Thanks, Shark. I mean, Ralph." And he like just gets up and begins staggering away, like really looking rough.
Yeah.
Goes off. You can hear the sound of like a rusty door open and shut in the distance, but they disappear into the tunnels.
Theo's gonna yell like, "You glow bastard! You'll never take me alive!" And then just like shoot like 1 or 2 rounds into the ground. And like Theo does this as he's like walking up to y'all, and you just hear like he stomps once or twice like, "No, get your fucking hands off me! Don't!" And then like gives like 1 or 2 more rounds, and then like holsters the gun and says like,
Fantastic.
"Yeah."
And Theo emerges
Bravo.
in the midst of this play, holding the courier bag.
The Seethe Times says it's the best performance of this side of AquaDyne.
Well, glad I could do that. Hopefully next time I'll get a more than just one applause, but we have this, and he holds out the satchel.
She thought you were going in for a fist bump.
Volley, one of the arms does fist bump you.
Theo does like an uppercut fist bump to catch it, then pulls out the bag.
Is this something, this drive, that I could copy in my internal hardware?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. I gotta
So
run over
you-
to them.
Run over, and you connect into this data slate. And instantly the files transfer over. You make a copy. There is within this the blueprints for a pump station 14. It's an AquaDyne pump station. And as you kind of look at this and you pull up the infosphere map that you have all accessed and begun to kind of puzzle about, this would be this structure right here. Right here, the blueprints for that structure. It seems to be something that controls the flow of water through the AquaDyne pipes across much of this section. In fact,
Oh, dude,
that
I want those
entire
plans.
half of the city. The entire Glowbreaker side could be affected by Pump Station 14. And there are places within this blueprint that have been demonstrated. A little circle has been kind of drawn, and it says, "Insert signal spike here." You kind of flip through more of this stuff, and you can see there's an illustration that with this signal spike in place, whatever that might be, that would allow Digital Storm to remotely control all of the water running through the Glowbreaker side of the city.
Dope.
You could flood streets, you could flood buildings, you could create gaseous effects of condensation, but this will allow Digital Storm to control the entire environment. You continue to kind of flip through, and you can see they have listed the cargo van as one of these things, but across this city there are other targets that they have listed as potential secondary targets as well. The area that is depicted as a dump truck backing up to a garbage dump is labeled as the Glowbreaker chop area. There's a lot of question marks around this. This seems to be something that they're not quite sure what is happening here. But written in some notes is salvage yard ? You could see there is the icon that looks kind of like an anvil and a hammer is labeled the Glowbreaker Forge. And there are all kinds of like mining lasers, pneumatic hammers, armor plating listed as like a shopping list to potentially steal from this place. And then after all of that, you can see that around the wreck in the canals, there are a number of pipe icons. And they have traced a map, an emergency evacuation route that, with the controls put in place and the gate secure, you could all then reach, or a group could then reach, this cargo van in the canal by way of these pipes, completely unseen in the chaos that has been driven by the hijacked pump station, and potentially retrieve this cargo.
Dang.
This is an elaborate plan that has been being built for probably the past week and is just now being delivered to the leadership, and you have it. This probably makes you a pretty big target for both sides.
Damn.
Guys, as much as I like this, little talk we're doing here, I'd really like to get off the streets and maybe get to this hotel, apartment place. What do you guys say?
Blolly switches her face mask to a cow. And she goes,
Nice.
moo. That's it.
I'll take that as I'm trying to say move, so yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll go.
And I'll go with Theo. Make sure you switch your mask.
Yeah, Theo's about to say that. Switch the shark off to I don't know. I'm gonna say dogs aren't taken, right?
No, I
Yeah.
don't see one yet.
Yeah, it's like a dog's face.
No problem. You switch it over. And you all begin to walk, kind of cautiously making your way out and into the street again. You can exit onto the flat concrete and begin to make your way onto this map. As you walk, you do see off to your right, kind of staying across the street, there is what was called the lag pit, this large kind of arcade. You can see there are all kinds of sort of jury-rigged arcade systems. You can see at one point what was probably like a Dance Dance Revolution type machine that somebody has put a real motorcycle onto, and like wires go to it. This is now some kind of a driving simulator. You can see some of the VR systems have been hacked and additions have been added. I would say for all of you in particular, you chose to have your base within the Valor Syndicate territory. You can see that Digital Storm has leased a number of Valor gambling terminals, which sit within this space as well. You can see that there's a number of Digital Storm people kind of moving about this place, playing games, drinking alcohol, smoking, and doing all kinds of things. You can see Seethe Racer 4 and Mortal Wombat 6, kind of all the classics in action. But passing that by, you can see there is a tremendous amount of sort of defense that is set up around the parking garage off and to your left. And as you pass this parking garage, could everybody make a perception check?
25.
Where's... That's parking garage, okay.
27.
It was a what, a perception check?
14.
20.
20 to 27.
18.
Oh, wait, no, perception. Oh, no, that's +5.
For those of you, all of you can see that this is an old parking garage. It rises 6 levels up, and it's covered in blue spray paint. You can see little Digital Storm sigils and iconography. There's all kinds of like slogans that have been sprayed onto the side. You see "Log Off of Life" kind of emblazoned in blue. You can see somebody has written "The Storm is here" above some little stick figures. A lot of these messages repeated kind of across this building. There is no stairs to this parking garage, and there is no ramps from level to level. There is just 2 massive rapid transit lifts in the center that designed to move up and down these levels, carrying multiple cars at once. They face away from each other, and those of you who rolled above a 20 can see on this first floor, there's a lot of barricades that have been crafted from spare tires and fallen street signs, other junk that has been bolstered with reinforced server cabinets stolen from Digital Storm. There are a few vehicles that have been pushed, kind of burned out salvaged wrecks that have been pushed to make walls around this first floor. Like most parking garages, it's like half walls. You could like just jump in and out normally, but they've really barricaded this first floor. And there are, I would say, Sagan, you can see that there is 6 digital storm grunts kind of moving about this first floor, and one that looks to be a little bit more of an officer type, maybe a manager at one point, kind of directing traffic here, and then a 7th individual who is seated in front of a very large computer console. They seem to be monitoring scanners and things of that nature. Sagan, you with your perception check see that the second floor is largely empty. Flickering lights cast shadows on the concrete pillars. The third floor is quite busy as well, and you can see black tarps have been drawn across most of it. I would say with that perception check, you see for just a moment the long barrel of a sniper rifle kind of peer out from that space on the third floor. This seems to be kind of like a sniper's nest, and they watch the street from here. This is not where the shots rang out that targeted all of you. This seems to be kind of the opposite force on this side. On that 4th floor, this is where the most activity is happening. And Sagan, with your roll, you count no fewer than 30 members of the Digital Storm, some of whom seem to be clad in these like blue striped kind of sashes that maybe designate squads. But this is loaded with people.
I'm not there looking at it, but would you say this is their headquarters?
It very well might be.
Okay.
You can see on the roof there is a large radar dish kind of slowly circling the area. But this is a massive conglomeration of Digital Storm. But you can pass that if you wish. You make it your way to a place where you can see a road that leads to this huge bridge. The bridge itself, I would say for you, Theo, you brought up your kind of street view.
Mm-hmm.
This is a somewhat famous bridge because it's named for a somewhat famous person. About 200 years ago, there was an AquaDyne CEO. His name is Brenectity, but because of the spelling, people call this Brine Neck Titty Bridge.
Right.
It once had 3 lanes of traffic in it. Now it's been pretty badly damaged through gunfire. It's kind of hanging by its suspended cables. It could be crossed, but acid is pooled in impact craters on the concrete. It would be difficult to cross, and you can actually see Digital Storm has no fewer than 15 or so people on their side of this bridge, some of whom seem to be carrying some specialized weaponry. But you continue to walk, and before too long, you arrive at the Filter Flats.
Nice.
Some shitty apartment buildings, clad in concrete and panels of steel. There are hooks that once probably held beautiful tapestries or flags, but no longer. This is now just full of people just trying to survive. You can see out front there are Kalo, Barathu, and Morlamas, these large, like, walrus-like amphibians that are almost as large as Sagan in places, just kind of hanging out and, like, suspiciously observing you as you approach. But you're given no real... nobody yells at you as you make your way into the very quiet concrete courtyard that then expands out up and up and up to 5 stories of these apartments.
And you said there was an open house. There was one on the 4th floor?
On the 4th floor of the 4th of these 5 buildings.
I'm going to lead everyone as the resident real estate agent to that open house.
Okay. You make your way through this space. Here and there are people that kind of look at you. There's a door that's open. You can see this human kind of look and then just shut it as you cross. This is a place where people are very suspicious. People are very cautious for the kind of weapons and gunfire that has been happening. You can see like the very distinct marks, kind of traces of projectiles that have been launched into the wall here in various places. But you are not harassed. Are you guys keeping your kind of fake Digital Storm masks on?
Theo does not have the shark on. He changed it to like a dog.
The dog, right.
Yeah, but most of the populace here had masks too, right? Or was
Yep.
that just...
And those masks don't have the same kind of like blue sort of faces. They're just all various colors, and some of them are animated, and some of them are a little bit simpler. The ones that Digital Storm have, you're noticing blue faces, and like a much sharper imagery to them. They're very specialized.
And they're either animals or emotions.
Almost always.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like a dog is not... Well,
Lolly's is blank.
Yeah, mine is blank right now.
the
I
will
tried to
changes.
set mine to blank, and then it started glitching out. So half of it is like a
Nice.
glitching
Snake
or something.
Okay.
Mine's the old Windows XP
Nice.
screensaver where it's just flying toasters.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
I thought you were thinking
Oh,
of the box.
Maybe
Oh, the box and
actually,
the pipes?
Valinka
Yeah.
is
So good.
playing
The toaster's the
Snake
best
with
one.
her eyeballs.
Oh, it's a game.
Yeah.
So you walk through here, no problem. As you're walking through, especially because many of you are wearing these masks, you do see through the sort of like second courtyard that you walk through, there is a patrol of 2 Digital Storm members who kind of have these weapons kind of out but not pointed at anybody. They're very kind of relaxed about it, but they are walking patrols of this space. And as you are not seeing people, you saw the photos, Monk, of people like hanging laundry and cooking and hanging out in these courtyards. They're silent. And that's because there is this kind of patrols going through. But with your disguises
What
intact,
do the patrols' faces look like?
make a perception check. It's kind of across the courtyard that you're seeing them.
27.
Nice.
One of them, it's blue, and it's the only thing that really separates them from some of the more simple masks. It's a very simple. If you've ever seen Karopi the frog from like Hello Kitty,
Oh, yeah.
very much like a very simplified frog's face. The other one that you're seeing here, similar, though a little bit. I would say you are not familiar with what this creature is. An alien amphibian of some kind. But they make their way off. They never seem to really notice you, or if they do, you blend in enough that they don't draw attention.
Right.
You make your way to the 4th building.
stairs.
Monk, you make your way up the stairs. There's multiple stairways, so like
Yeah.
easy to access. And you imagine a gunfight here would be really confusing because you could run and gun down these hallways. As you make your way up to the 4th floor and exit the stairs, there is like the railing directly in front of you. You can go and lean over, and it's just a 4-story drop to concrete below.
Yeah.
You can look out across, and there are a few people here on the 4th floor, especially. Sagan,
Yeah.
as you exit this space, across this path, and it's probably like a good 500 feet of open court. No, probably even more. Probably closer to like 550 feet of open courtyard. On the other side, you can see a door of one of these apartments opening. And for just a moment, in room 4411, you can see all the trappings and trimmings of a Hylaxian hall. A relatively new one, as these individuals likely displaced from the things happening in this area. But you can see signs of Hylax. You can see people have brought potted plants, and there's living things in this almost sterile steel space. It is very noticeable across the entire space. And then the door shuts.
I'm going to go up to the open house. I'm going to bring him to the one that's there.
It's not an open house, so this is a for sale.
Yeah, like
apartment.
empty, that's what I mean. Like an open house, like one that's
The
not
empty apartment.
occupied.
It's an
Yeah.
empty
Room
apartment.
4410.
Yeah.
This is
10.
the one that is next door to the Hylaxian sort of occupied space. And as you approach the door, you can see there is a computer terminal that is right in front. It has been, it almost looks like the barnacles that the police put on your windshield, but it's been placed on the door. You can see that there is a space to insert a cred stick, and there is a price that has been knocked down 4 times in the last week. For 5 credits, you can rent this apartment for the month.
Okay.
This has been slashed to almost nothing. And all that you need to do is just put a cred stick in, and you can pay for it. There's no agent that you need. This is Carvana, but for apartments.
I'll swipe my cred stick.
You swipe your cred stick, 5 credits are debited. You hear a little digital voice say, "Welcome," and the door swings open to a shitty apartment.
I'm going to say,
But,
every enter-
Monk, compared to where you all live, You finally made it. You can see a couch with not a single stain on it. Like suspiciously miscolored cushions. It's been, replaced a couple times. You can see there is like a little kitchenette with like a little counter that separates it from the living space. There are 2 bedrooms here. There is a bathroom with a toilet. And not in
Is there
relatively
2 bathrooms?
no,
one
one
full
bathroom.
and one half?
Hey,
One bathroom.
chill out. Right.
Relatively common for here, but you have never seen one in your life, probably. Nix.
Toilet?
There is a bidet in this toilet.
Dang.
So really, really nice. That being said, the windows cracked. There is like dust all across the floor as you open the like little cobwebs, kind of like what are those? The tumbleweeds like away from the door. It's dirty. Nobody's been here for at least a couple weeks, but it's yours.
This place obviously has good bones. It's not open concept, but they have a shiplap wall, and honestly, this would be a good fixer-upper for us. I could see us spending a lot of time here as a starter place.
Can I command my drone to become a vacuum?
Yeah, I would say easy enough. This drone, the legs kind of fold in. It becomes much more narrow. The tail rises up almost like a handle. The mouth opens up again like a predator, but this time just begins to slowly suction up. It's not meant to be a vacuum, so through this dog's sort of butt, the dust just out, but it angles it out the door for the most part. And it does get relatively cleaner.
While everyone's going in, checking it out, I'll just go, you guys, you see I'm really distracted right now. I go, you guys go ahead. I'll be right there.
Wally picks up on that immediately and goes, what?
Just don't worry about it. I'll be back in just
I'm worried.
Fine, you can come with me if you want. So
Can
Okay.
you leave your railgun while you're here?
please do leave your railgun.
Why?
Because I need to set up too.
But you have a nice gun.
I don't need it for the gun. I need it for the scope.
Oh, I'll trade you.
I just want to borrow the scope for a while. If you want to go with it.
Fine. You can...
Lolly has been eyeing this pistol
Skip shot.
since
Yeah. When Olive wants.
He looks right at the camera and says, right after the session, definitely discuss it. I didn't even shoot it.
She'll hand you over her gun. I've got other stuff I can use.
Is there a
Alright.
balcony?
So
That's what I
It's
was
not a
gonna say.
balcony. So when you exit the front door of this, it's just a very long balcony.
It's like a hotel.
Yeah, very much like that. Yeah.
Is there a window that outlooks the situation going on over there?
Yeah. You pull the curtain
the
aside.
car.
There's these little windows that look out onto the balcony.
Yeah. While they do their thing, right?
Mhm.
In the background, Theo's going to be
I'm gonna
getting eyes on the
plump
situation.
down on the couch and gesture for Bestie to join me.
Okay. You plump down on this blue couch.
I join.
Bestie, I was honestly going through this magazine online article. It's called Universe, which is like the inner. It's Cosmo, but I call it Universe.
Sure.
And I was reading about this, and it says that a lot of homosexual men pierce their left ear as a signal to other men, and I didn't know that.
I met a human once who was told in elementary school about that.
I would say also
Like me.
in this day and age, and with the diversity of species, there's probably analogous tentacle, appendage, bone crest. Every species has different ways of signaling a variety
Probably
of
get a
different things.
tattoo, yeah.
So Bestie, the thing is I'm kind of really not good with pain, and I'm not good with surprises either. So
Oh, I could easily do this for you. It's like going...
not now, but if you could maybe sneak up on me at some point later on and just pierce my
And
ear.
then I go...
Are you doing that right now?
Ah! What the hell, girl?
No check needed. You immediately, very sleight of hand, just pull out one hand and just pierce the ear. It's, especially in your background,
A whole
kind of
finger
amongst the
through.
other performers, any kind of modification like this, very easy to do. And you had to do this a million times to your own self. And not so familiar with the kind of sentient pain that humans necessarily feel. You just pierce Monk's ear. Monk, it's a surprisingly unpainful event, it is a shocking popping sensation that you feel.
I'm over dramatic. It hurts.
Yeah, for sure. And so like almost to kind of sell it, you have to continue to complain about it. But like like after the initial shock dies down, there is a single kind of drop of blood. But like Claire's couldn't have done better.
I'm gonna get my little makeup thing and I'll kind of like squeeze in. And I'll like kind of like be like, does it look good? Is it nice?
So to be clear, also, it's not like you're carrying around a bunch of piercings. It's a nail.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was actually going to literally ask for one of their nails.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe I wiped it down right before.
Yeah, for sure.
So punk.
I think I'm gonna borrow the nail. Can we just like leave it like?
You can't touch it now. Once it's been in there, you have to leave it for like a good couple weeks. Let's tape it. If you ever need to play a soccer game, we gotta tape it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Before combat, you
know
use
that
your
was coming?
first action.
But like, I do. I mean, I don't want everyone to know because like, what if like someone out there doesn't like gay people and like they see the ear. So I don't. Okay, yeah. I guess we can just leave it in for now. And if I had to take it out, then I'll just take it out, and people won't know it's.
Yeah. I give you a washer for the back.
Oh, it's like the little.
So it's
punk.
a screw. Wait,
It's a-
what?
It's not a nail, it's a screw because it has a washer in the back.
Yeah.
It's a machine screw.
It's a bolt.
It's a machine screw.
That's
Jesus. Never mind. So the reason that there was just a little bit of blood was because it really like stretches your earlobe slightly.
Yeah.
It is painful. It's a painful first
Yeah.
piercing for sure.
I'm
A
gonna,
gauge.
I'm gonna take out my
Yeah.
Polaroid camera, which I forgot to mention. The model I'm getting is from the 1990s. It's the Talk to You Polaroid camera that has a built-in microphone in it. That's an analog digital recording.
Sure. I mean, easy enough. There is literally full dive virtual reality. So yeah.
This is the best. I should have got this in the last campaign, but I actually did a full research of like all the. There's a lot of cool Polaroid cameras.
Especially recently, like a whole bunch just came out.
They're
Big wave.
doing some cool shit.
I got my
Polaroid.
mom some for her Christmas.
I have some film too. I can bring it. I'm gonna get real close to Bestie and be like, "First piercing!"
And then as you do that, you take the picture. There's just a blood that comes out now, like escaping the gauge. It's you're like there is a pang of pain. It's hitting you now. Like this people don't get gauges this large initially. Yeah. Usually you get like a much smaller spacer. Do you go up?
Can I whip out some herbs? Like
Yeah. No problem. You can do that in your meantime. But Sagan, for you, what are you doing?
So I've made sure that we're both at least not visibly like heavily armed, and like we're going out to the balcony. I'm really nervous. I'm like, okay, just whatever happens, just treat all of these people like you remember.
Why
Carla.
are you so nervous?
I'm you remember Carla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just treat all the people in there like they're Carla, okay? It's really important to me.
Okay.
Okay, so I go to the 4411 where I saw the Hylaxian Hall stuff, and I knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. Almost immediately, the
Wait,
door
my
swings
Carla.
open. You can see this tiny space dwarf, like on the probably about 3 feet tall, long beard going down. They kind of open the door immediately. They're dressed in these beautiful robes of Hylax. They're kind of stained with oil. They're not looking at you yet. They're kind of still looking back over their shoulder at what is like 3 or 4 members of a Hylaxian congregation now, all kind of gathered here. He is still looking at the rest of the group, and as he's turning, he is saying, I heard the gunshots, but don't think that just because of those, you're more than 30 minutes late. Where's the pizza? And he looks at you finally now and kind of takes you on and goes,
All right.
Pizza boy?
No. No. This is a Hylaxian Hall.
Yeah.
I'm also a worshiper of Hylax. It's been so long since I've been able to worship. Can I join you? I'm so sorry. We just took the room down the hallway. It's just,
But you don't have any pizza?
I don't have any pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, come on in. And he turns around and he says, hey, we've got visitors. And as you make your way into this very temporary Hall of Hylax,
Is Lolly with him or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because it is 9:30
Oh.
and a great place for us to stop, this is where we are going to end the session. And we will start our next session meeting this displaced hall. Thank you for joining us for this session of Skullrunners. We will be back next week, but whatever you do, please stay safe. It is wild out there. Goodbye.
Go Reapers!